swimmers, that's the end of the warm-up. Please to the pool. That's the end of the warm-up. Please to the pool. Thank you.
Was great, but I'm getting ready to make 2014 even better.
It'll be a great night just to catch up, relax, and as a swimmer actually get to dress up and look normal.
And then a chance to see lots of people from all around different parts of swimming and have a good evening with them.
The awards ceremony was fantastic, with most people turned out ever, so years to come it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
Tickets for the Scottish Gas National Open Swimming Championships are on sale now.
The wait is over.
Buy your tickets at ticketmaster.co.uk/Scottish Swimming or phone 08 444 999 990.
Come down to the Tollcross International Swimming Centre to come see me and more than 700 other swimmers compete.
The Scottish Gas National Open Swimming Championships, Tollcross International Swimming Centre, 3rd to the 6th of April 2014.
On day 3 of the Scottish Gas National Short Course Championships. We're here today at the Royal Commonwealth Pool in Edinburgh. I'm Duncan McKinnell, and joining me once again today is Andy Mayer, of course Commonwealth Games team member from Delhi.
Good morning,
Andy.
Good morning, Duncan. It's a great feeling to be here on the 3rd and final day of what has been just an electric meet. Is a great way to try and sum up the first 2 days of racing, and we've just been having a little chat before the stream got underway about our favourite racing of the weekend so far, and it's so hard to really pick a favourite final or a favourite battle.
It certainly is. I mean, we were talking yesterday about final after final being ones to savour. And certainly when you think back, and I was really just on the last race of yesterday evening, that exhibition mixed relay, because mixed relay's just been introduced into the programme from FINA this summer, and so we were looking to set some Scottish records, and we did that in style yesterday. We had 4 Scottish select teams and 2 Scottish select junior teams, and they all swam a storm right at the end of a very busy day swimming, set new Scottish record and new Scottish junior record, just 600s between the 2 junior teams, so just a fantastic day to finish off proceedings. But then, of course, a lot of great individual swims as well during the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's been incredible just watching these world-class athletes perform on this stage, race after race, and looking at those individual races. It's really hard to pick a favourite in that as well, but I've really enjoyed Robbie Rennick's victory in the 400 freestyle. He's going to be such a big figure in Team Scotland when we go towards these Glasgow Commonwealth Games, and he really showed that strength there. So really exciting as we ramp up towards those Commonwealth Games qualifiers.
Yes, certainly is. And of course, we've got a busy day's program today as well. We wrap up with all our remaining events. We start off with 400 individual medley. Of course, we've got no Hannah Miley here. She's in Denmark, competing for Great Britain in the European Short Course Championship. So that opens up opportunity maybe for some of the other girls to make their moves, show what they can do, like some Hattersley and Jones.
Yeah, it does indeed, and I know looking down this start list, it's filled with fantastic racing to be had this morning. But it's not just us who are excited for this. We'd always love to hear what you guys are feeling at home, what race is coming today that you're enjoying. So please do get in touch with us. We're on the Twitter feed, so hashtag SGSC13 live, and get those tweets sent in about what you've enjoyed so far and what's coming up that you're looking forward to. We also have an Instagram competition going on of hashtag SGSC13 pics, and any fun pictures that you've got, if you can send in, we'll enter you into a draw for you to get a chance to win one of 5 guidebooks to Glasgow. So that's they're always going to be helpful to have running into the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, Glasgow will be the place to be next year, no doubt about that. So just thinking back a bit more of the swimming, men's 200 freestyle later on today, talking about Robbie Reddick earlier.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really fast racing there. And anybody looking towards those qualifiers for the Commonwealth Games, the tickets are on sale for the Scottish Gas National Championships, the 3rd to the 6th of April, and that'll be the first Commonwealth qualifier at Tollcross. So definitely look towards getting online to try and get the tickets for that. The Ticketmaster link for that is www.ticketmaster.co.uk/Scottish Swimming if you do want to join us for that. And next weekend we've got some great racing going on at the Duel in the Pool, also at Tollcross. So get to www.duelinthepool.co.uk for tickets for that as well, to see America take on Europe. Going to be some fast racing there.
Yeah, short course as well as this meet is, so the races will be over before they started almost. How fast those swimmers are going to be.
Oh yes, it's going to be even more explosive, you expect, than what we've already seen here. And just as we see on the screen there, the staff at Royal Commonwealth Pool just checking one of the time pads, which have been ever so important in the racing here. And great time for us also to give you a heads up of another of the great events we've coming up, because early bird tickets are available for the Scottish Swimming Awards, and they're taking place on the 13th of September in Glasgow. So please do try and join us there for that, to book tickets on the number 0141 357 2235.
So who do you think will be named as the Swimmer of the Year in 2014 awards?
That's going to be, that's a crystal ball to try and look into the future on that one. But we've got some great talent in Scottish swimming at the moment. Ross Murdoch looking on fire during this meet, so I think that he'll be one to watch running into the Commonwealth Games.
Not here as well. This time there's 2 swimmers that made a real impact at the World Championships, Craig McNally and Dan Wallace.
Yeah, this is the thing, but I get the feeling that we could just go on and on talking about the swimmers, because, as you said, 2 names to think of. My mind instantly thought to the European short course at the minute with Michael Jameson and Hannah Miley that are racing out there as well. So when you say 2 names, it could be anybody that you think to for that.
Talking about wide open, let's just think about the women's 100 backstroke that's coming up later today. We've got Lizzie Simmons, who took the British record in the 50 back. She looked very impressive in the 200 back last night, so she'll be looking for the triple, but just 100th away from the entry time of Lizzie is Georgia Davis, the Welsh girl, so I'm sure she'll want one of the 3.
Yeah, that's the distance that really suits Georgia Davis as well. So I know that she'll want to really try and get involved in that. But as we've said all the way through, it's one of many electric races that we've got just this morning. Not even looking towards this afternoon and the rest of the day. So exciting times.
Yeah, very much exciting times. And it looks like those final checks are just about complete. So women's 400 metres individual medley is first up. There's going to be 5 heats in this one. You can see there the girls just waiting patiently for the referee to call the onto the blocks. Should be any moment now. Heats in the first heat, 5:16 to 5:22 the average time, but then we rapidly go down to the fastest, 4:43 in Hattersley in heat 5.
Yeah, so as the girls just line up here, we've had a tweet in from City of Sunderland. They're looking forward to the final day of racing as well. So they've been having a really great race. So it's great to see the tweets already coming in. If you do want to get in touch, it was just in the top right hand corner of the screen there. Hashtag SGSC13Live to get in touch with us.
So the line up there is now up for that first heat. See, we've got in the first heat. Yes, it's great to have the support from City of Sunderland, who now quite regular visitors north of the border to these meets, particularly the ones here in the Royal Commonwealth Pool. So big shout out to everybody from the north. It's not just Sunderland, of course. We've got Newburn here, Derwent's side.
Yes, of course, yeah. So some great strength coming up to race.
And we're ready to go. Through the field, Paige Aitchison, Rachel Saxon, Alex 2, Zoe Scott of City of Glasgow in 3, Megan Laurie of Warren in 4, Alex Cunningham of East Lothian in 5, Shannon Crawford of Geary in 6, Gull Simone of West Lothian in 7, and Natalie Lees also of West Lothian in 8.
So we're now watching the girls go through this, and we've got our leader at the moment is Gull Simone, I think, down in lane 7, just on the touch. Just ahead is Alex Cunningham in lane 5. So already got a couple of girls that are ready to take this out. It does look like Gull Simone is starting to break away from the pack here in what we could class as an endurance IM event, wouldn't you say, Duncan?
Yeah, it's really tough event, the 400 IM, isn't it? A mixture of technique and endurance, but that was Gulsa really just showing her superior skills at the turns there. I think that just pulled her away from Alex Cunningham as they come towards the 100 and the transition out of the butterfly into the backstroke, 1:10.81,
which is a great opening split there. And like we've said all the way through this competition so far, the turns are so crucial on short course racing, and especially when they're going to be racing for 400 meters. It's really important that they get a really good turn, tight tumbles, connection with the wall, good fly kicks on that underwater there, and then breaking out into the stroke, which we've just seen Gulsum just do really well in lane 7 with that blue hat, and she's just leading by almost a metre at the moment, but we're getting a charge coming through from Alex Cunningham again, so it's starting to level up in the race in here. We've got the battle for second place between Megan Laurie and Alex Cunningham in the centre of the pool, so it'll be interesting to see how it progresses with these 400 IMs. Gives a little bit more time for the places to shuffle around, and 100 metres is a good time for in the second half any breaststrokers to really state their claim on the race, don't you think?
That's right, and it does look as though they're gradually pulling Gull Simone in the latter stages of the backstroke here. Megan Laurie, I think, has just got the nick on Alex Cunningham now, and she may well have the lead, the Warrender girl, as we come to the halfway point, but really it's the three of them all coming in fairly close here, but the touch does go to Laurie, 2:29.51 for the girl from Warrender. Will do a lot of her training in this pool.
Yeah, it must be great to be able to come into this building day in day out to get some training done, and that's a great opportunity for the teams around Edinburgh to come in and utilise facilities like this. And got 3 girls here all vying for the lead of this race, and Heat 1, event 1 of this morning, and already we're straight back into the action of close racing, Duncan, and it really sums up what this meet's been about for me. It's just been incredible racing, heat after heat, don't you feel?
Megan still takes the touch, 3:16.32, halfway through the breaststroke, 50 to go on this, and then on the freestyle. Megan beginning to edge herself clear, half of body of advantage over West Lothian's Gull Simone. First place at the moment is Alex Cunningham, just behind her is Shannon Crawford-Sugiri. Still very tight for third.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you make that point there, Duncan, because I've also spoke to a number of the coaches around poolside, and they're all echoing the same thing. They kind of had that middle day blues, just feeling like tough part of the season for them to be racing fast day after day after day. So I feel like some of the teams may have struggled yesterday, so today we might be able to try and keep everybody in line for some really fast racing. As we see Megan Laurie stretch a fantastic lead in this first heat in that centre lane with a red hat. Really nice tumble turns there and clearing 5 meters on the way out. So that's even after so much racing through all those different disciplines of the strokes, still holding great skills together, and you get the sense that that's going to be key.
Takes the time about 4:38, so 50 to go. Looks like she's going to be there or thereabouts. A real challenge on now for Megan as Zoe Scott from City next to one for no heels from the last time.
That's a great spot there, Duncan, and I love it. Gunning her down right down to the end of this race.
Takes that touch in a 5:13.52. Zoe Scott from City Glasgow second. 5:14.51. Nelson Arnold third, 5:19.65. So her entry time.
Thumbs up there from Megan, so really fabulous job done in her eyes. Swimming just above line, ready to come in heat 2 in the same lane.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Kimberly McKay takes to that first opening swim and see if that then ripples through her performance here. I always felt watching the heats before, it used to have such a knock-on effect for my racing, gave me a good understanding if somebody was already on it in that morning, that there's a good chance that when I dove in I could also be in that same sort of form. So you can use it as quite an inspiring motivator. So hopefully we're going to see that roll through into this next heat as well, just as we wait for these girls to line up.
Just a little bit of discussion going on about that result, so we're just waiting for the official result to be declared. Sure we'll get that in just a moment.
Indeed.
Staring at the board and probably discussion with the control box as to the relevant time, so it may be that there's just been a bad touch, but we've got it now, and unfortunately it was a disqualification, so Natalie Lee's there unfortunately disqualified, but the 1, 2, 3, Megan Laurie first, Zoe Scott second, and third was Gulsiman. Still there, you can see it's not actually declared official, I don't think, yet, because that's still showing as the times, and in fact Natalie Lee's time they're back in, so maybe she's been reinstated there. We'll get clarification on that. So we move on to Heat 2. We'll confirm Natalie Lee's position there in that first heat, but we move on to Heat 2. Emma Chittleborough in lane 1 for Warrender, Kirsten Clark of City of Glasgow in 2, Robin Dixon, City of Glasgow in 3, Kimberly Mackay of Warrender in 4, Robin Patrick, South Lanarkshire in 5, Ailsa Timoney of Warrender in 6, Sophie Ross of West Lothian in 7, and Megan Feld of South Aberdeenshire in 8.
And it is looking like Sophie Ross is our leader at the first 50. And she is just narrowly in front of Kimberly McKay in the centre of the pool in that red hat of Warrender. So we're going to keep an eye on these girls as they race through. Sophie Ross having a great opener from lane 7. It'd be great if she can carry that through, and keeping an eye up at the top of the screen with a white hat of Kirsten Clark from the City of Glasgow. So these are the 3 girls who are taking this race out, and just as we watch these girls approach the 100, I want to say thank you to Alex Clements for getting in touch on the Twitter feed, saying that she's enjoying the last day at this Scottish Gas short course event. So thank you for the tweet in there.
City Glasgow.
So do you think they'll be sitting there on their cities with their onesies on and the iPad in front of them? And
I hope so. We've had some fantastic feedback throughout this meet, and I actually had some team managers from some meets just this morning saying that that some of the younger swimmers were quite tired after the day of racing and didn't want to come down to the pool to sit in the heat of poolside. So they all sat around the laptops in the living room of the apartment their club had hired for this event and tuned in to watch live because the coverage was just as good as being here. So well done to QuipuTV for fantastic streaming on that.
Megan Pell putting in a good backstroke leg here on the near side of the bottom screen. And she is right up there with Kirsten Clark now. Looks like Kirsten, well, maybe just Kirsten still has the edge in lane 2, but not a lot in it. The West Lothian girl as well going well. Sophie Ross. So these three all up there. As we come to halfway, Sophie Ross is renowned as a backstroker, so no surprise to see her getting into the frame here. But see who gets the touch. It's Megan Pell in lane 8, 2:26.55, about 3 seconds faster than the first heat at the halfway point. Megan getting a nice transition to the breaststroke. She stole a metre or so from the other two there. Kirsten Clark maybe doing her best to cover that. It's quite hard to tell sometimes when there's so much water between the two, but it is Kirsten just has the edge.
Yeah, looking really good through this breaststroke, but still very hard to call between lane 2 and lane 8. So happening all over the pool today. The actions coming from all the lanes, not afraid to get involved today.
And as Kimberly Mackay, a strong breaststroke coming up in lane 4 now. And we talked about her on the blocks, and she is making her move now. She's certainly up past Kirsten Clark. Megan Pell, though, has moved into the lead, so she is having a storming swim out of lane 8. So on paper, the slowest swimmer of the field, but certainly not behaving like that at the moment. She is really having a good race here. But Kimberly Mackay is now trying to hunt her down in lane 4.
Yeah, the freestyle, the final freestyle 100 meters is going to be an interesting one here, Duncan. We're going to keep our eye on Megan Feld right at the bottom of the screen there as she approaches. She's still going to be turning first, but Kimberly Mackay really coming back strong at her here. So this is brilliant racing. And like you say, from lane 8, traditionally the outside lanes are where the slowest qualifying swimmers would be, with the centre lanes being your faster swimmers, whereas here lane 8 bucking the trend on that one, and Megan Feld just really extending that lead we can see here.
Yeah, she's looking good in the freestyle, isn't she? If anything, she looks to have seen off that challenge from Kimberly Mackay. So 50 metres to go at this turn, and she's got about 3-4 metres advantage now. And I don't see that being threatened. Good race up at the top of your screen. We can just see that in shot with Kirsten Clark and Emma Chitterborough beside her. But we focus now on our leader, Megan Feld. That beautiful shots of her going into the turn and out of it, straight into her stroke around the 5 metre mark. She's going to bring this one home in good style.
We're looking towards maybe a personal best of over 10 seconds here, Duncan. This is a fantastic swim.
Superstar 5:02.92. She came into this meet on 5:15. So what's that? 12 seconds. Brilliant stuff. Well done, Megan.
That is.
Second place, Kimberly Mackay, 5:07.73. So a 3-second improvement for her. And Kirsten Clark just holding off Emma Chitterborough for 3rd place there. We'll hold confirmation of that.
Just get confirmation of that as well in a second.
Megan can't see her face, unfortunately, but has to be highly delighted with that swim.
Just showing that lane 8, you get involved, anything can happen.
So there is the result. Megan Feld 5:02.92, Kimberly Mackay 2nd, 5:07.73, and Kirsten Clark 3rd, 5:11.29. So we move on to heat 3. running through the field. Erin Holmes, the South Lanarkshire in 1, Shona Mackie of West Lothian in 2. Listen up, Sunderland, because your Lucy Ellis is in lane 3. Elena Sheridan is in 4 from Loughborough University. Another City of Sunderland swimmer, Lucy Walton, in 5. Zoe Mitchell of Carnegie in 6. Danielle Gilbert of Derwentford in 7. Ella Shilliday of Stirling in 8.
So it was a really quick reaction off the start from Zoe Mitchell in lane 6. Really quick off that. We're going to have to keep an eye on the finishing the finishing results to see that was okay. As we look to lane 4, Eleanor Sheridan just putting on a masterclass of butterfly as she runs riot away from the field here, and it's proving very difficult for Lucy Ellis in lane 3 and the rest of the field to stay on terms with her. So a lead like that, setting a stall out early. Duncan looking very strong at the beginning part of this race.
Yeah, absolutely hammered the butterfly there, 1:03.19.
So important to make sure that the pacing's right, because it's a long way, 400 metres, and there's a lot of racing on the different strokes still to come, but looking really strong through this backstroke as well, as we are away from the wall now, just out of your shot there, but surfacing round about 7 or 8 metres, which is great distance underwater. We've talked a lot this weekend about the importance of using the underwater to stay in that streamlined position, really efficient, making your way, cutting through the water and saving some energy from your arms, having to actually swim less strokes.
And there's a cracking battle going on between the two Sunderland girls for second place, where there's a local pride in place there. Lucy Walton in 5 against Lucy Ellis in 3, and Lucy Walton just ahead in that one, so they're vying for second place, but still about 5 metres behind Elena Sheridan in the purple cap as they approach the halfway point. The second heat, 2:26 here. This is one of the cycle seeded heats. It is a lot faster, as you'd expect, 2:15.77, but the advantage of nearly 5 seconds, about 4.5 seconds between Elena and Lucy Walton, who in turn has only just 3/10 over Lucy Ellis, so that battle is alive and well.
And another great turn there by Eleanor Sheridan as she stretches forwards, and really hard to see anybody coming back at her in this race as we progress through the breaststroke leg. So we look towards the rest of the field, and battle for second place still between the two Lucys of Sunderland as they race towards this the halfway point of the breaststroke leg, and it is Lucy Walton still turning ahead of Lucy Ellis, with lane 2 of Shona Mackay, in 4th there. So yeah, really good racing. This a little bit more of a traditional setup of racing that we'd expect, where the leaders in the centre of the pool and the remaining places are almost in an arrow formation now, Duncan. So just showing that from race to race the settings can change, can't they?
Yeah, but maybe a little bit of a surprise just how much of a lead Sheridan has here. 3:36.99 as they go into the freestyle, but she is well clear. I don't know whether we can get a wider shot just to show the extent of her lead.
But it is great to see that she's had her Weetabix this morning and is breaking away from the field. Obviously, other cereals are available, but she's really storming through for such a commanding victory. Shame that she couldn't have been in a later heat, possibly battled it against some of the other swimmers we have yet to come. That could have possibly helped with her racing.
Because we are in the cycle seeded heats here, so we will see her, I'm sure, in the final, competing up against the best of the rest. She's on this showing going to be right up there as a serious contender for medals when we come to this final tonight. Absolutely no quarter given here. She's worked her socks off all the way through this swim. She came into this with a 4:47. She's coming up to the wall, and she's going to be well inside that 4:44.29. Great swim. I wonder if we can get a shot of the two Sunderland girls coming in here. Here they come, so it is lane 5. They've had a good scrap there all the way through, mainly out of camera, but Lucy Walton 4:54 and Lucy Ellis 4:55. So we'll see. I'm sure they'll make one of the finals. We'll see whether it's the A or the B, so we'll watch out anxiously for that if you're a Sunderland supporter. But Elena Sheridan, good job done.
Very much so, and yeah, like you've said.
And 1, 2, 3, just to summarise there. Elena Sheridan then 4:44.29. Lucy Walton 4:54.38, and Lucy Ellis third 4:55.88. So 2 heats still to go. So moving on to heat 4, Hayley Duffy, City Bell leading 1, Lauren McKenzie of Open in 2, Rebecca Smith of Warrington in 3, Emily Jones of Edinburgh University in 4, Tame Bruce of Canadian 5, Chanel Snedden of Forest in 6, Olivia Jackson of South Lanarkshire in 7, and Leah Altoft of Darwin in 8. It's interesting to see Emily Jones in here. She has been very limited in the swim she's done this weekend. We saw her take it, well, didn't see her, but heard about her getting the silver medal at the British Universities last weekend.
Yeah.
In this event. So this is one of her signature events. Of course, a long-time swimmer at Geary. Emily just moved down to Edinburgh in the summer. And of course, training partner at Geary of Hannah Miley. Of course, this was her signature event, is her signature event.
Yes, and great to see that Emily Jones, with her being a little bit selective with her racing this weekend, great to see her racing out in this event today, as we see Emily Jones and Tame Bruce touching almost together, with Tame Bruce just leading at the moment.
Yeah, Altoft as well in lane 8, so we've seen some cracking swims from the outside lanes already. Megan Belt earlier, and Leah Altoft looks as if she's joining that group. 5:08 her entry time, but certainly if she keeps going like this, she's going to be a lot faster than that. See whether she can sustain it overall. 4 strokes. Then in lane 3, it's Rebecca Smith, another one who's made the trip south this year from the Highland swim team to Warrender. She comes to university here in Edinburgh.
So proving that that Edinburgh's the place to be at the moment to come and enjoy some of this fine scenery and get in amongst the Royal Commonwealth Pool day to day.
It's certainly one of the places we've seen strong showings from both Warrender and the Edinburgh University, and of course there's Hearts as well. Because when we've looked at some of the team performances, University of Stirling have been really strong this weekend, and City of Glasgow as well. So there are a number of very strong centres, and I'm sure Gordon Glasgow would want me to include City of Aberdeen in that as well. So of course, it's great to have these centres of excellence all around the country.
Yeah, and that's very true, and this is great racing that we're seeing here today, and we're also saying that if you are enjoying some of the racing, then possibly you might want to try and get online to get some tickets to the Scottish Gas National Championships from the 3rd till the 6th of April. That link's on the screen there. Get to Ticketmaster to snap up those tickets, and that's at Tollcross. Also at Tollcross is Duel in the Pool, which is next weekend, so go there to see America against Europe in that racing, and the final link there. Register for the event if you want the early bird tickets for the Scottish Swimming Awards on the 13th of September, where we will see the top Scottish swimmer from this 2014 season. And as we're looking back to the pool, Emily Jones is doing a fantastic job as she stretches her lead and really commands this. But what an incredible swim down at the bottom of our screen there. Leah Altoft is really holding this swim together, putting in such a gutsy performance and showing that she's not afraid to really set her stall out early in the morning.
Yeah, we were just talking about to her coach, both of us weren't we, yesterday, and talking about her going to Durham University and almost stopping swimming there and deciding she would give it a good go with Derwent's-side, and look at the result.
Yeah, that is really good with the coach there doing a great job. Paul Woodley, self-proclaimed the best-looking coach on poolside. He's been telling us this weekend, so it's showing that those good looks are really transferring into this good-looking swim here.
That was a bit of a stretch, that one, but well, You could tweet in whether you think he is the best looking coach of these championships. Remember the hashtag link.
Yeah, the hashtag link is the hashtag SGSC13live, and we have had a tweet in from Heart Swim Club. They're saying that they've had more fast swimming from the team on day 2, and they're looking forward to more relays and more fast swims as day 3 progresses. So thanks for getting in touch on that one there, guys. If anyone else wants to send in any messages of support, please do tweet us at hashtag SGSC13live. That Twitter feed up in that top right hand corner.
Coming to the finish then, and Emily Jones, clear winner there, 4:52.12. So around 8 seconds back on Elena Sheridan's time, so she'll need to pick it up in the final to progress from that. Second place, Rebecca Smith coming through. Miss Rebecca, a good distance freestyler, so no surprise, I guess, that she had a strong last 100 there to take second ahead of Leah Altop. Cracking swim from lane 8. So there's the 1, 2, 3. Emily Jones, 4:52.12. Rebecca Smith second, 4:57.59. Leah Altop in third place. So we come to the meet now. Into lane 7, so 7 swimmers going here. India Dodd, 401, Kirsty Hunter on East Lothian in 2, Jennifer King of North Ayrshire in 3, Camilla Hattersley on City of Glasgow in 4, Adams Geary in 5, Laura Gillingham of Derwenside in 6, and Jordan Stern in 8.
So Camilla Hattersley there in lane 4, leading us out from City of Glasgow. She looked good in the 200 IM, Duncan, but looking to try and stretch this on and push this a little bit further in this 400 IM today, as she really commands on this butterfly leg, just ahead of Orla Adams in lane 5 in the light blue hat. Gary showing that their female IM swimmers are more than capable of standing up even when Hannah Miley's out of the country.
Yeah, Orla Adams has always been a strong performer for Gary, and she's there in second place, just ahead of Jennifer King of North Ayrshire. Camilla Hattersley leading them to the end of the fly, 1:05.54. Now she's been on good form recently. Her entry time of 4:43 is a recent time, coming from the North District Grand Prix, where she was the silver medalist behind Hannah Miley. So no disgrace to be second to Hannah Miley, and she is looking as if she can try and build on that strong form that she showed in Inverness, bringing that down to Edinburgh.
Yeah, which is great to see, and always nice to watch these girls stepping forward and racing fast, even with the absence of Hannah away from this meet, showing that we can still have really awesome racing in a 400 IM women's event, even when Hannah's out racing on international duty.
Jennifer King there in lane 3 is, I'm sure, will be looking to battle that probably with Tane Bruce, swam the previous heat as the top junior here. She's had a good meet, the North Ayrshire girl has been on the podium as top junior in a number of occasions, and she is going well in the backstroke here. She is within a body length of Camilla now as they come to halfway point. Backstroke probably is Jennifer's strength, so we'll see how she gets on in the breaststroke here.
Yeah, that was a great backstroke leg there, and gonna look towards keeping an eye on Orla Adams on this breaststroke leg and see if the 1, 2, 3 order changes. But Camilla Hattersley there with a real nice strong trick. Really interesting there. No real breaststroke pull out underwater from Camilla Hattersley. Let's just see if she favours just push and glide off this next turn here. With breaststroke you can do that full keyhole pull right down and then a breakout underwater. So holding that streamlining underwater. As Camilla just doing a push and glide. So
just explain that. What do you mean by push and glide?
There's not. If we watch some of the other swimmers off the next turn, you'll see as on the breaststroke they'll go quite deep and they'll do a full pull with their arms right down to their arms by their side, and then they'll surface right up with a stroke up to the top. Whereas Camilla, we can see just pushing and gliding, no pull out underwater with her arms. She's just holding that arrow shape and just gliding up to the surface. So possibly still room for a great improvement on this swim, which when you're leading by this degree and you've got something that could be a real asset to add in, there's always great improvements that can be made.
And this is where you'd expect Camilla to bring her really strong middle and distance freestyler. So Camilla, I think, now in a very solid position. The 300 mark, she's sort of sitting in between Elena Sheridan and Emily Jones's times, about midway between the two of them. So probably going to be second fastest qualifier behind Elena Sheridan here, but certainly now her advantage is about 6 meters or so from Paula Adams, who, as you I think predicted, has gone past Jennifer King into second place. Did that work in the breaststroke, but following it up with a solid freestyle.
Yeah.
Focusing on the leader though, Camilla Hattersley. Turn for her. You see the size of her lead there as Jennifer King just went past you in the shot. So past the red markers into the red of the final 5 meters. And brings it in 4:45.72. So in the end, just a second and a half back on Elena Sheridan's time, so that is definitely something that she could make up in the final and give Elena a pretty competitive run for her money.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting final, and hopefully they might get a chance to look back over some of this footage. We've had some swimmers already turning to us and saying that they've been using this online footage from QuipuTV to watch their races back, have a little bit of analysis, and learn from their races from this weekend already.
Yeah, that's a great point, because of course we're not just going out live. These transmissions are being recorded on the YouTube feed, but the 1, 2, 3 there, Camilla Hattersley 4:45.72, Paula Adams second 4:51.19, and Jennifer King third 4:52.56. So next up, the men's 400 individual medley. But we're just summarising the top 8, so Rebecca Smith just getting into the final. Leah Althoff there, fastest in the B final, so unfortunate to miss out on the A final, but a great swim. Danielle Gilman gets a second swim. And there's the ones who just missed out. Ella Schillerdale, first reserve.
Yeah. And yeah, like we said, important to watch that footage back so you can continually learn about your race. And if you are one of those swimmers that have used the footage to look at your races of this weekend so far, please do let us know and tweet us in on the hashtag SGSC13 live and let us know what you've been enjoying from that.
Just on wrapping up that, you will see at the bottom of that summary score the confirmation that Natalie Lee's way back in the first heat was disqualified. So disqualification was confirmed. So, fortunate for Natalie, she learned from the experience. As we move on to the men's 400 individual medley, 3 swimmers in the first heat. Those 3 swimmers are Connor McNeil of Bren 96, who goes in 3, Kieran Preston, Sam Van shot in 4, and Ewan Dalglish of West Lothian.
And as we watch today's setup of events, the boys' events will mirror the girls' events today, Duncan. So yeah, whatever we see the girls racing today, the boys are also going to try and step forward and treat us to that same event, which is a nice change of pace today.
So whatever you could do, I can do better.
I think that's more equality across the swimming pool today, I think, is the better way to put it. As we look towards the boys in the pool, Connor McNeil from Ren 96 up there in lane 3, touching on that turn and leading at the moment through this fly leg. Really strong opener from the Ren 96 swimmer there, and just trying to stretch away from Kieran Preston there in lane 4, the favoured middle lane. So touching in a 104.7. Great opening split there. Let's see if he can keep this ball rolling through the backstroke leg.
Conor McNeil. I'm not sure he's still there, but certainly was in the Oban area, and made the long trek down to Renfrewshire to train with Red 96. And that's real commitment to the cause from Conor.
That is, and swimming can sometimes take you to different cities and around not just the UK but around the world on your journey. Looking back towards my career in the sport, and I was very lucky to train in a number of different centres around the UK. Being from the southwest of Scotland, in the little town of Annan originally, my journey took me across Newcastle to train in the south there, also to Nottingham to swim with our now head of British Swimming, Bill Finesse, was the head coach there when I swam for Nova Centurion, and I also swam at the ITC in Stirling. So great to see how these swimmers can also move to follow that dream and that goal. So good job on that.
Is that quite a hard thing to do, to set yourself up in a new base, maybe separate from your family and focus still without that parental support?
Yeah, it is. It's always a big step to take, and there's always a number of factors involved. But I've been very lucky through my time to work with some great team support staff, and also have fantastic teammates that have supported me. So those moves away from home have always been backed up by a real strong support around me. As we look to the boys racing here, starting to hot up a little bit here, Duncan.
Yes, it is. Kieran Preston has just edged ahead of Conor McNeil, but Conor is sticking with him. And you can't discount Ewan Dalglish, the West Lothian swimmer, either. So all three of them within about 3 or 4 meters. And yes, it's pretty close. 50 breaststroke and 100 free to go. And the gap is about 2.5 seconds between Preston and McNeil. So Preston will really want to press on here, if you don't mind that terrible pun.
And you said so many things about mine yesterday, Duncan. It seems like it's contagious. These bad comments are catching.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll try and behave myself.
I think that's you used your one for today. Is that right?
Touche.
As we watch Kieran Preston really stretch through this breaststroke leg, and it would be lovely to see the other two boys try and attack him through the final freestyle 100, but it's going to be all on how much have they got left in the tank for this freestyle assault.
Yeah, well, Preston's now built himself up upper at 3.5 seconds, so that's a tough ask for Conor McNeil to claw back, but he's setting about it, and he may well mount a challenge here. It does look like the lead is starting to shrink again, and also Ewan Dalglish is not considering himself out of this one either in lane 5, so with 50 to go it's getting tighter now.
Yeah, and there Ewan Dalglish, he shouldn't consider himself out. He's very much in this race here as all three boys really start to use that leg kick to propel himself forward. Got to say that Kieran Preston still holding strong with that gap, but it would seem that the battle for second is being fiercely fought here.
So Preston, you would think, should hold on to this one, but the two of them behind him really going at it hard, so it is going to be Kieran Preston. Looks like Dalglish may just each second. Preston slight glide in there, but 4:54.07, and well, it was McNeil who just got it on the touch there. Like 200, a bit of a surprise there, but maybe Dalglish just needs to finish a little bit stronger there.
I think so too.
Maybe that's he knew that was going to come, because you can see there a disqualification. So Preston 4:54.07, McNeil second 4:55.43, and unfortunately Ewan Dalglish, after all that effort, a disqualification.
Yeah, such a shame there after race, but just really highlighting the importance of making sure you get all of those things right when you race, because if not, our eagle-eyed officials will pick up on that and unfortunately disqualify you for your efforts.
7 swimmers in E2. Cosgrove sitting on E2. Fraser Lowther from Greece in 3, Douglas sitting 4, Martin Douglas sitting Glasgow at 5, Sam Andrews in West Lothian 6, David McDonald in West Lothian 7.
And great underwater work from Fraser Lowther there as this race gets finished through the first 50. It's Fraser with a great opening split, 28.7. He's not hanging about on this as he's got over a body length ahead of his nearest rival at the moment, who is Stuart Cosgrove in lane 2 with a green hat. So eyes firmly fixed on lane 3. So we see a fantastic butterfly leg opening up here. Really using that kick to keep those hips high in the water, Duncan, and stretching through. So he finishes off that 100 and moves into the backstroke leg.
140 at the end of the month play. No surprise really that Fraser is pushing this out. He did a 4:38 at the Dumfries meet a couple of weeks ago, 13 seconds, nearly 14 seconds faster than his entry time here. So that will be the sort of time he'll be targeting here, and see if he can improve on that a bit further in this environment against the probably less pressured environment of his meet in his home pool.
And such talent coming through in Scottish swimming at the moment. There's just a real mass of youngsters who are really stretching forward, and it would be interesting to see how close a lot of these swimmers can get to those qualifying standards for the Commonwealth Games. And always a great marker, a great checkpoint to see where you're doing, and also how far are you away from that major games. And talking about those major games, the tickets are on sale for the Scottish Gas National Championships. They're from the 3rd to the 6th of April, and they'll be the first Commonwealth Games qualifiers at Tollcross. So tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster. So if you do want to join us and see some of those guys racing, the link for that is www.ticketmaster.co.uk/Scottish Swimming to come and watch some of the racing in Tollcross. And also racing in Tollcross next weekend is the Duel in the Pool, which is America versus Europe. Fantastic racing Friday and Saturday, so get there for tickets for that. And always looking towards the awards later on in the year. You can register for the event at that final link for early bird tickets for the Scottish Swimming Awards, 13th of September, if you want to see us celebrate the swimmers who have been racing at these championships.
So 150 to go, still Fraser Lauder,
Stuart Cosgrove, race against the City of Aberdeen here.
Gap is definitely closing.
Maybe Stuart is just starting to claw the lead back a bit here. Still is Lauder with a reasonably healthy position, about 3 meters. I suspect maybe breaststroke is weakest of the 4 disciplines, so I think he'll be pushing on hard once he gets established into the freestyle. So turning to the freestyle now, 3:34.59, around about 10 seconds after the first heat at the 300.
And not backing off at all as we move into the freestyle leg. He's put together a really strong swim, and when he watches this back, I think that he'll show all the strength and all the hard work he's done in training that's really come to fruition here in this pool. All about making sure that we get the turns right on these final few lengths, and making sure really good tumble, connecting with the wall, clearing 5 meters and head down for the first stroke. So perfect example of when you're getting the key skills right, when you're doing all the little things right, then you're putting together a fantastic swim and possibly phenomenal personal best.
So 2 weeks ago, 4:38.03. Looks like he'll be inside that. Yes, we thought he has absolutely pulled away in the freestyle, and he's coming in hard here. So an excellent swim, 4:36.32.
Incredible.
A second and a half, over a second and a half off that time only done 2 weeks ago. So we should be happy with that. Cosgrove coming in 4:47, so he's 6 seconds inside his entry time, and Sam Andrews of West Lothian taking just in a moment.
Yeah, a lot of appreciation from the crowd here, from teammates and supporters for fantastic racing there.
Just having a rethink about this one before it goes official. Just go for that, but I think it's up there now, and there you have it. Fraser fourth, 36.32. Stuart Cosgrove second, 37.4. Sam third,
Heat 3.
To heat 3. Overall, there are 7 heats here, so it's stronger, well, bigger field anyway in the men's one round than the women one, only 5 heats, because it was a fairly small first heat, just 3 swimmers, but still it's issues with this one. So it's a good strength and depth formed by it. We've always seemed to have been stronger than Scotland.
So the
Run through the field, James Murphy up to 6 in lane 1, Fraser Spooner across the and lane 2 is empty as it turns out. So Fraser's taken the morning off, Karen Corley and Devon side in 3, Ross Gale in lane 6 and 4, Aaron Todd in Perth City 5, Scott McArthur starting in 6, Simon McCormick and Devon side in 7, Alistair Robertson back in 8.
And it's looking Aaron Todd to be the early leader in the red hat in that lane 5.
Mixed bag of results, they were saying some really happy with some races and then others really having to do a little bit of a pick up with some of their swimmers, but looks like Aaron has started well there, 102.46 on the first 100. Just compare that with Fraser Lowson, so it's about a second back on that because that was a big lead from Fraser. So we'll see how compares against that. We'll see got swimmers either side of him. Scott spotted the yellow cap. Ross Captis in lane 4.
Gold medalist in
the name of a film, Captis
Championship. He picked up his entry time for this event today.
We need to get the script going then.
I'll work on
Todd from Ross Gale from Scott McArthur.
And talking about scripts, it's going to be hard to predict how this one plays out because some strong swimmers in this field here, and I'm sure a couple of these boys will really want to try and make a dent in that lead as we look towards stretching through the backstroke leg and then on to the breaststroke part of the racing. So let's see if some of these boys can really start to attack forward now. And Scott McArthur really stretching forwards on this now and trying to get on terms here as we start to reel in that leader in lane 5.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron's been gobbled up there, particularly by Scott, but also by Ross Gale in lane 4 and also lane 7. Simon is showing a strong interest in things at the moment. Lane 3 as well, Kyle Worley, so the two Derwent side swimmers coming on here. Obviously that most handsome coach is also a pretty effective coach.
Yeah, we've seen that as those Derwent side boys really start to attack forward, and the battle for second is heating up. But Scott McArthur doing a fantastic job on the breaststroke and seeing some good freestyle as well this weekend. So hopefully can transition through the second half of this swim and finish the job off on this this final 100 freestyle.
So you often see strong breaststroke transforming proceedings in the IM, particularly in the heats of events. Certainly that's what Scott McArthur has done. 3:36.14 now for him at the 300. Just compare that. He's about a second and a half back on Fraser Lau this time, so he's a strong freestyle here to finish this off. It looks like the race now is his, as the others are scrapping for the minor places. Gale and Worley in particular. On the top of your screen, McArthur in lane 6 with 50 to go.
Yeah, McArthur looking so strong on the freestyle. But let's keep an eye on Ross Gale as he's really trying to press forward and stretch away from Kyle Borley. It looks like he's got second place wrapped up at the moment as we watch that turn there, the yellow hat for Scott MacArthur, and he's got a good 5+ meters on the rest of the field, and looks like he's stretching for home now.
Cracking Durban side. Race going that coming in now as MacArthur takes it. Behind him in practice, McCormack.
Finishes Scott MacArthur still on first.
I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Scott MacArthur 4:39.79 is
the confirmation of those results.
3.
Disqualification in lane 4 for technical infringement. Finishes with Scott MacArthur
is first, fourth,
second, and Kyle Corey is third. Heat 4.
Entry times for Heat 4 range 4:37 to 4:45. There's the field for you. This is a very promising youngster, Alan Rory, going in the number youth squad. Out of the squad team of Hotel Amsterdam this weekend. It's been spectacular time. They're just seeing out the European as well. Some really high quality units in the Amsterdam Cup. The field here, Kevin Williamson, who's slowly everything while Jack Thomas sitting last way 2, Joe Yeoman sitting Aberdeen in 3, Laurie up first 4, Johnson Shearer sitting last way 5, Ronnie Price South England 6, 2 points swimmers. Callum
Two, John McCormick for City of Glasgow, very strong swim. But the first 50 is Callum Reid, Warren Bell.
Miss from those 2 Warren swimmers early on here. 7, Callum Reid and Ian Rose in 8.
Yeah, they're really getting after this race so far, and just picking up on what you said about the youth squad going across to race internationally, and so important to expose some of the younger swimmers to that kind of racing environment, because it's the best way to learn. And I know that through my development as a swimmer, being able to get across and race different faces in different countries and different cities was always something that I really thrived on, and helps you learn not only about what the rest of the world are doing in terms of swimming, but also how you're faring up against those guys. So really important that the youngsters are getting those trips abroad to do that.
Be a bit of a wake-up call, I think, if you just got a little bit comfortable in your own little fish tank.
It's so true, and we keep talking about turns being so important here, and we've talked a lot about the Americans, and we're going to see that at the Duel in the Pool next weekend in Tall Cross, how good the Americans' turns are, but also some of mainland Europe, where they race so well short course, their turns are also red hot. So I do feel like at times getting ourselves into the mix against those guys really opens our eyes to the improvements that we can still make to strengthen our setup here in Scottish swimming.
So 2:11.77 at the halfway point. Callum Reid, the earlier marks, still holding that from Joe Yeoman. Callum Lowry now starting to make his move in the dark blue cap in lane 4, just edging past Yeoman into second place and trying to set about Callum Reid's lead.
Laurie now starting to come through strong on the breaststroke leg, and he's moved himself up.
I think Laurie is going to be up with Reid before you know it here.
Body length lead over Joe Yeoman.
Stay in touch with him, and over in lane 2, Jack McComish is going well.
Yeah, really strong breaststroker, Jack, in lane 2, so good to see him start to make an impact on the field, but it's Reid who's going to have to hold on to this lead now as Callum Lowry starts to attack even further, and it is Callum Lowry who holds the lead as we go through that final breaststroke turn. Great transition up into the stroke, and he's stretching forward, so that strength and that real talent that you talked about when they were stood on the blocks from Callum Lowry is really becoming apparent. As they touch and go onto the freestyle, it's going to be a real burst for the finish as Lowry goes through his legs straight away to try and optimise that small lead that he'd developed, and he's now made a break for it. I'd say he's probably got a metre or two over his closest rival of Callum Reid, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, it does seem to make such a difference to your freestyle leg. If you've had a strong breaststroke leg, it just seems to take the momentum from that breaststroke, seems to carry through, and even if you've got somebody behind you who's on paper a better freestyle than you, very often you seem to be able to keep that going and hold off the stronger freestyle and tail end. And certainly Callum Lowry's going to have to work hard here to hold off Callum Reid, who's starting to come back to him. Maybe going to prove me totally wrong here with the prediction, but it is Lowry. There he is in the blue cap. His lead is not that strong. See Callum Reid just coming from the picture there, but he's a couple of metres back, so it will be Lowry who takes it. 4:33.51. Nice small second improvement on his entry time. Second, Callum Reid, 4:34.96.
Unfortunately, there was a disqualification in the last heat, and 2 for technical infringement. Finish the order is Callum Lowry first, Callum Reid on the second, and Joe Yeoman for City of Aberdeen.
Never nice to swim that far and then not be able to post an official time at the end of it, but like we say, important to get it right on the day.
I always feel really sorry for somebody who doesn't fly on 1500. That's horrible. I've seen it a few times. This is the first of the second seeded heats. As well as one to watch out for in lane 3. The oldest City of Sheffield, Slough, City of 2, Rossmuir, University of Stirling 3, Litchfield, City of Sheffield 4, Adam Harrington, Buffer in 5, Ross William in 6, Joseph Miley, Geary in 7, Callum Detail in 8.
And it is those centre lanes that we turn our attention to, as the red hat of Max Litchfield is really trying to make a break from Adam Harrington through this fly leg. Adam Harrington in lane 5 with the black hat of Loughborough University, and actually a product of the British Swimming Offshore Centre, when British Swimming used to send their young talent across to Australia to live and train out there. So I know that Adam Harrington had a great time out of that centre, and really gave him a good base to and a good platform to build from. So he's in lane 5, but Max Litchfield stretching this lead, really starting to command on this backstroke leg, as we see Ross Muir from University of Stirling in lane 3 as well. And he's attacking Adam Harrington there for that second place spot, and looking like he's got the turn at the moment. So we're just going to keep an eye on how those two progress through the racing. Ross, a real up-and-coming talent, one of the swimmers identified as a potential from the last Commonwealth Games to hopefully qualify for this Commonwealth Games. So he actually came up to Delhi with the team and experienced the village and everything like that. Had a good look around. So he's in lane 3, and he's somebody that we hope can step forward and make these qualifying times for the Glasgow Commonwealth Games this summer.
Litchfield looking very impressive in the first half of this race, with about 5 metre lead over Muir and Harrington. So Litchfield was the silver medalist last weekend at the British University Short Course, was part of the juniors circuit in the summer, both the Europeans and World Juniors. He was a finalist at both of them. So World Junior finalist is a pretty good accolade to have on your CV.
Yeah, and it's showing that that experience is showing through here as he's just he's demolishing those two guys that were hoping to try and stick with him through this heat as he really stretched through. But he's looked so strong, Max, through this this meet, the first 2 days of racing. He's been really good whenever we've seen him racing out, and he's keeping that trend rolling here, isn't he?
One of his key events. He could well be a shout for the English team, I would think, in Glasgow.
Yeah, I'd hope so. It would be it'd be great to see as many of these strong competitors that we've seen here at this championship go on to qualify for the Commonwealth Games for their respective home nations.
3:13.91. This is a different class from the earlier heats that we've seen. You can see the scale of the lead. Litchfield still has a good contest going on for second and third. There you see not a lot in it as the two-turn Harrington in 5 in the black cap, Muir in the white cap in lane 3. Harrington just with the advantage on that one. Well, that's slightly extending that now, but Litchfield has still got about 6-7 metres in hand here, and is certainly not going to be frittered away here. It looks like he has just eased back down now. Swiss swimmers didn't do that at the end of the races. They better, I think, pushing hard into the finish, but of course he can be confident of his place in the final here and just saving his energies on day 3 of this meet.
That is always the debate, though. You're right, Duncan. Do they practice best practice of racing fast in the morning, or do they try and save some to go very fast tonight in the final? So it's always an ongoing debate, isn't it?
I'm sure he had a plan with his coach, and executed that plan, and certainly 4:13.96 is a pretty respectable time. Came in on a 4:12, so I think we could expect him to maybe duck under 4:10 tonight.
Anything's possible in this pool, it would seem, at the moment, with world records falling.
The top 3 confirmed for you. Max Litchfield 4:13.96 was the winner. Adam Harrington second, 4:17.98.
Confirmation of the results there. P6.
2 heats to go. Got lots of exciting talent still to come in this one. In C6 we've got the likes of Sharon, Johnson and Scott. Looks like we're maybe going to have another empty lane, so a few people just ducking out here on day 3. That's quite common in fact, isn't it, as we get to the closing stages of a meet. People are just a little more selective in their events.
Yeah, some people got that Sunday feeling, I think.
Some pains maybe on day 3, but the field, Matthew Anderson and Warren goes in 1. Round best in 2, Mark Shirani, 183. Matthew Johnson, University of Bath, 4. Scott and Barristan 5. Alistair Miley of Bury 6. And Morgan Berry, City of Belfast.
So we're going to keep our eyes on these centre lanes as Matty Johnston there touches narrowly ahead of Mark Sharanek there. So we're going to keep our eyes on 4 and 3 at the moment for the early leaders in the race, and also seeing that Chantal is also tuning in to watch across in Arizona, USA. So hello to the other side of the pond, and thank you for tuning in to watch some of this fantastic racing. So please, if you're also watching wherever you are, do get in touch on Twitter, hashtag SGSC13 live, and let us know whereabouts you are and what you're enjoying in this morning's action.
It's supposed to be the middle of the night in Arizona at the moment, so that is a sterling effort there. We're going at sterling effort as well. More early on here, and that is Matthew Johnson. And he was about a second faster than Max Litchfield at the end of the butterfly. He's got about 3 meters now on Mark Sharanek with third place Scott.
So a lot of talent in this pool here for this heat, as as the leaders, 1, 2 and 3, already established as strong names within the swimming circuit, and Matthew Johnston, a real key international racer, followed by Mike Sharanek, who no stranger to picking up medals around the world, and got a record breaker pretty much every time he dives in the pool of Duncan Scott, so great to see that. As we see a challenge coming in from Alistair Miley, though. Now starting to get into the thick of the action as well, so the Miley's making moves on IMs again. Who would have thought?
Yeah, we heard from Alistair Miley talking about booking for the 2014 awards ceremony. He was interviewed in Hannah's absence in the 2013 awards, and it was very clear that he was the top 400 IMer in the Miley household. So we're trying to prove that here with his time.
I love a bit of family rivalry there. Yeah, of course, and it'll be interesting to see how close some of these guys get to making those times for the Commonwealth Games, and looking forward to the summer's racing. So if you do want to come along and watch some of those qualifying events, the tickets are on sale for the Scottish Gas National Champs, 3rd till the 6th of April, and that is the Commonwealth qualifier at Tollcross. So it would be great if you could come along and see these guys race there to try and book those spots.
The end of the breaststroke section, 3:13.50, then around 4/10 now past Johnston and Litchfield. Johnston and Litchfield were both 18-year-olds, both part of that junior circuit last summer. Johnson, the European Junior silver medalist in the summer, was just behind Litchfield, in fact, in the World Juniors, 8th to Litchfield 7th. But these two, I think, will be gunning for each other in the final tonight. Certainly, Johnson is going to be there, 3:44.50. I think his time is going to be pretty similar to Litchfield's, 4:13.96. Of course, Litchfield just eased back in this last 50. We'll see if Johnson does the same. Comfortable, although still going at it pretty strongly, I would say. His legs not super going, but not easing off either. So just a nice steady pace, and he's holding that 5 metre advantage on Mark Sharanek to take the lead. 4:14.10. Wow, just 14 hundredths the difference between the two swimmers so far. Still one heat, of course, to come.
So really wanted to make sure that they book one of those centre lanes for tonight's racing. So important to be in the middle and in the thick of the action on an event like this, where the strokes are changing as the race progresses.
Having a look around him, looks certainly not ecstatic, sort of just taking it in, putting the oxygen back into the lungs. So wait for the official result to be confirmed.
The confirmation of those results.
Scott there in a shot there. 4:22. Looks like there may be a disqualification report coming in. There is, and it's lane 6. Alistair Miley, we were talking about earlier. Disqualified. So the 1, 2, 3. Matthew Johnson first. 4:14.10. Mark Sharanek second. 4:17.30. Duncan Scott third. 4:22. More heat to go. We have, should be a cracker, Granger in 3, Pavoni and Paul Smith in 5. You have to fancy this one.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see Pavoni back in action here, and Lewis Smith, such an experienced IM racer.
For this final heat, Chris McDonald will be slowly in 1, Felix Gifford of City of Aberdeen in 2, Nicholas Granger of City of Sheffield in 3, Roberto Pavoni of Loughborough in 4, Lewis Smith, University of Stirling in 5, Stuart McIntosh of City of Aberdeen in 6, Lachlan McBeat of Edinburgh University in 7, Edward Gray, City of Glasgow.
And it is Pavoni who takes us through that first 50 on that fly, and Lewis Smith just within touching distance on him at the minute, just in line with his hips. Pavoni, I think, watching the two fast heats before, watching Max and Matthew putting in strong times, and I'm sure that you want to show those guys that he's feeling up for the challenge today, I would expect.
So he's sort of in the frame there after the fly, slower than Johnson, but faster than Litchfield at that stage, and he's got about a body length advantage now on Lewis Smith. Tony was on the World Cup circuit in the last couple of months. In Beijing was his best result, second in Shanghai, so it was a Far Eastern trip there. Has made that trip.
Yeah, just exposing himself to a different setting, a different culture, keeps the mentality fresh, and a little change of scenery can also just kind of give you that little buzz, that little lift that you sometimes need coming through a season. And as you see, fantastic underwater there again, and he's really settling into this race now. So I think that he's going to try and keep a nice, relatively quick pace, but comfortable, I would expect from him today.
So the last two heats came in 2:00 and the halfway point, and once again 2:00, 2:00.77 but early, so three heats all much for muchness here. Smith is a little way back to 3 seconds back at the halfway point. There he is coming into shot through his turn.
And you also see Granger in the spot for third at the moment, having a great swim out in the 1500 last night as well, looking strong on those distance freestyle events. So we'll see how once he comes through this breaststroke leg, if he can try and close that gap between himself and Lewis Smith for that second place.
Maybe slightly closing it in breaststroke, so he's still pretty comfortable here. We're looking at 3:13s, I think, at the end. He said it from the previous two heats, so we'll see if Pavoni is around that mark. Maybe a little bit faster, I think, because they just come towards the end of the breaststroke. And no impact right on 3:13 as well, 3:13.33. So it's just setting itself up, I think, for an absolutely belter final here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's going to be fun packed of racing for 400 as well, to have that much depth in the final and making what could be sometimes a little bit of a boring event. It's going to heat up to be a very close, hard-fought one.
So here comes Pavoni, 50 to go, 3:44.91. Leads by 3.3 now on Smith. So Lewis Smith having a pretty useful race as well. I think he's going to be there, maybe 4th or 5th fastest.
Yeah, I think so. And as the shot pans out, we see Pavoni coming down towards the finish, and looking at the tweets, Love Pursuing have got in touch to wish good luck to all of their racers who are racing around the UK today.
4:14.71, so we've had a 4:13.9, a 4:14.1 and a 4:14.7 now as our top three swims, all nicely poised. Smith 4:18, Granger 4:21. We'll get the official times in a moment. So let's wrap this one up. So we can summarise the full result, get a chance to see who has made it to
Confirmation of those results. Also do, I can advise the finalists. Women's finals, the women's 400 metres IM. A finals,
Lewis Smith second,
Emma Sheridan, Camilla Hattersley, Paula Adams, Emily Jones, Jennifer King, Lucy Walton, Lucy Ellis, Rebecca Smith. B finals, Leah Altoff, Chanel Snedden, India Dawn, Laura Gillingham, Zoe Mitchell,
just
Kane
making
Bruce,
it.
Megan
Smith
Bell,
of York,
Daniel Gilbert,
Chiranek, 3 Scots in the A final, Duncan Scott,
Kimberly McCann,
the B
Duffy,
final,
and Olivia Jackson. Any
Any
withdrawals to
Chris
record
Albert
this
from
in the
that
next
early
30
heat.
minutes, please.
Good swim from him to get a second swim. Adam Root there as well. And then the ones that just missed it, Chris McCall, Ross Reserve.
Yeah, so great to see those guys getting those second swims in, and thank you again to Loughborough University to get in touch with all of the swimmers who are racing here today. And if you're at home watching and you want to get in touch as well, please do tweet us in. We've got a hashtag for you, which is hashtag SGSC13Live, and let us know who you're supporting from home and what you're enjoying about this racing so far. As our attention now turns back towards the women's racing and the next event of the women's 50-metre butterfly, as the girls ready to take to the blocks.
So next up we've got the 50 butterfly fast and furious. Thompson at 1, Erin Rafferty at 2, Leanna McGuinness at 3, Zoe Grant at 4, Emma Cummins at 5, Annie Cameron at 6.
So Erin Cummins looking good at the turn there, and it is that red hat who's going to be leading us up, but keeping an eye up on Ailsa Beck at the top of the screen, because she's also having a great swim out there. But eyes to the centre of the pool for lane 5, Erin Cummins, who gets the touch.
Second was Ailsa Beck, 30-50, and third was Kina McInnes on 36.
Seconds inside entry time. Third goal, there we go. Erin Cummins 30-25, Ailsa Beck 30-50, and Kiana McInnes 30-62. So Fast and Furious for a moment here with the 50 butterfly. So explosive speed, head down, just batter through it.
It is. You got to get the arms rotating round. You got to keep stretching forwards, but making sure they land their hands firmly on that turn is going to be important at that halfway point of this race.
So Heat 2.
This is Heat 2 of 7 races.
2, Lynn McCarthy 3, Jessica Wilkie
Jessica Wilkie on,
Georgia Callan
Emery
5,
Rustic
Erin
on
Robertson
to
6,
Emily,
Jodie
first
Anderson
into the
7,
turn.
Ashley McCann in 8.
And it is Jessica Wilkie in the centre of the pool who commands this at the moment, and it's hard to call what second place is going to come from, but Jessica Wilkie stretching forwards here and almost looking like Georgia Callender can get in for the silver.
28.54, massive improvement for Jessica Wilkie. She did a 28.71 down in Luton.
Nice 2 seconds off an entry time to take that heat. Second was Georgia Callan with 29.97. Second off her time nearly, and Erin Robertson third with 30.16.
Per time, 28.54 Jessica Wilkie. Second, Georgia Callan 29.7. Erin Robertson sat there, she third, 30.16. To Heat 3, Caitlin Burns in 1, Paige Lang in 2, Amy Robertson in 3, Rebecca Hughes in 4, Emma Smith in 5, Julie Williams in 6, Fiona Ingles in 7, and Emily Tang in 8.
So looking like Emma Smith, looking good at the moment, but she's going to be pushed all the way by lane 8, Emily Tang, and also keep an eye on lane 3, Amy Robertson. But centre of the pool, we think, Duncan?
Oh, I think lane 5 maybe. Yeah, Emma Smith taking in 29.22. She is the sort of part of the Scottish performance scene. Gold squad this year, first year in the gold squad.
Third, Caitlin Burns, 29.87.
Good job.
2-3, 29.22. Emma Smith, Amy Robertson second, 29.7. Caitlin Burns third, 29.87. Unfortunately, there a disqualification in lane 8 of the lead.
Unfortunately, disqualification in lane 8, technical infringement.
Back to Heat 4. 4, it took the Bachelet in 1, Jessica Christie in 2, Rhiannon Jokes in 3, Elizabeth Levy in 4, Alexandra Price in 5, Leanna Marshall in 6, Amy Harper in 7, and Anna Fleming in 8.
So Rhiannon Gilks in lane 3 had a great underwater, but it's looking like Jessica Christie is also in the mix of this race. Hard to call at the moment. We've got lane 2 looking good.
Yeah, Christie just showing the strength there in that last 15 metres to take it in the end by 7:10. So really good finish to her race, just to get the better of Jokes, who takes second, just ahead of Leanna Marshall. You see that sunrise, there it is. Christie first, 28.33. Jokes second, 29.04. Marshall third, 29.08. Jessica Christie over a second in Science entry time there, so should be happy with that. As we move on to E5. To 7, so into the final 3 seeded heats. Matos 2 silver medals yesterday. Mackenzie, of course, a good fly swimmer as well as a backstroke, so that will be a time I think in the centre lanes here. Peel, Karen Reid in 1, Sarah Cleland in 2, Julie Hunter in 3, Raquel Matos in 4, Charlotte Mackenzie in 5, Gillian Clark in 6, Katie Phillips in 7, and Kirsty Armstrong in 8.
So another great underwater from Raquel Matos. She really opens up in the second length here, Duncan.
Julie Hunter going well in lane 3 now. She swam really well in the relays last night, and she is pushing hard there, but it was Matos who took it 27.20. Swim from her, just within 4/10 of her entry time.
Bull's hotting up here, Duncan, now.
Yeah, Hunter second, and Mackenzie third, confirmed there for you on the screen. 27.20 for Matos, 27.68 for Mackenzie, 27. Keep a memory of those times in the 27s for the next 2 heats. Got the Scottish record holder coming up in this next one, Sian Harkin. Let's see how far she can go. That record 26.40. She'll get close to that this morning, maybe tonight.
Hopefully she'll be able to track close to that. She's been looking good through this championship, so yeah, I think she's going to be pushed by Amy Smith in lane 5.
Last weekend, set. Jennifer Ritchie in 1, Kirsty Simpson in 2, Rachel Sharples in 3, Sian Harkin in 4, Amy Smith in 5, Megan Donnelly in 6, Eleanor Spencer in 7, Emma Sinclair in 8.
And it's Amy Smith in that black hat of Loughborough coming up last to surface in the lead. She's going to lead Sian Harkin here.
Terrific swim from the freestyle specialist, showing she's pretty nifty at the fly as well. 26.08. Terrific swim there from Amy Smith to take the heat from Sian Harkin.
Great speed.
Yeah, 26.73 Sian's time, so around 3/10 away from her record time. There's a shot of Amy. Freestyle double, I think it's from memory, 50 and the 100.
Yep, she was looking really good in the racing on those 2 short races.
1, 2, 3 confirmed over there. Amy Smith 26.08, Sian Harkin second 26.73, and Kirsty Simpson 28.57. Week coming up. Field here, we've got Katie Stark in 1, Eloise Barber in 2, Lauren Averill in 3, Rachel Kelly in 4, Emma Wilkins in 5, Emily Jones in 6, Caitlin Tootle in 7, and Emma Crawford in 8.
And again, Loughborough lead the charge of Emma Wilkins in lane 5. Just above and just ahead of Rachel Kelly. Starting to come back on her terms. Kelly looking like she'll get the touch.
Whoa, that was close. It was Kelly by 400, 26.84. and 26.88 respectively for Kelly and Wilkins. Palmer, I think, coming through from third. Confirmation of that. Fastest qualified though is going to be Amy Smith from E6 26.08. And again, I think we're going to have a really frantic and tight contest tonight.
Yeah, great swim from Eloise Barber there as well.
1, 2, 3, then Kelly 26.84, just behind her. Wilkins 26.88. Palmer confirmed in third there, 26.78. Then Amy Smith through to Lauren Averill, the top 8 there.
Duncan Scott, Ross
Speed
Mooney,
finalists led
Stuart
by Charlotte McKenzie through to Caitlin Tootle making it there.
Ryan Brown,
Sinclair
Callum
managed
Morley,
just missing
Callum
out.
The
Just so he had to
reserves
be
are Chris McCall,
28
Evan
something
Gray,
to get a second
Matthew
swim.
Anderson,
29
and
dead,
Fraser
didn't do
Lowry.
it. Through the rest of the field there. So we turn our focus on the men. Butterfly again. 7 heats.
Action just continues on, doesn't it?
Yep. Rest. Who wants rest? So we're rolling the 27s for this first heat. Here's the line-up for you. James Brown looking for the orange swimmer. 200 specialist James Black. Let's see how he does in the sprint. Field, David McCluskey in 1, Adam Murray in 2, Kieran Johnson in 3, James Black in 4, David McDonald in 5, Daniel Tiffin in 6, James Lowder in 7, and Nathan Watson in 8.
So it looks like Kieran Johnson on the wall there, but great underwater there by Daniel Tiffin. Let's see if he can carry that through to the wall here. Gonna come under fire from lane 3 again though.
Yeah, it does look like Johnson's just going to nick it. He does 26.55. Good improvement there on his 27.33 entry time. Look at that. Really tight contest there. Tiffin second, Black third. There's the summary. Kieran Johnson 26.55. Daniel Tiffin second, 26.63. And James Black third. So, E2 now. 26s into the low 27s, the entry times on this one. To take up a second or so off that, and then to get to the low 26s. See if they can do it. Craig Rodgey in 1, Simon Brooks in 2, Aaron Paul in 3, Emerson in 4, Ross Leslie in 5, Jamie Waller in 6, Alex Thompson in 7, Ryan Brown in 8.
So it's the orange cap of Luke Nevison that we're looking for here, who had a great opening 25, but Russell Leslie of South Lanark's going to try and come back at him here as the field really levels out. It's going to be hard to call for the finish, Duncan.
No, it is, but it's Nevison who takes it, 26.46, so just about getting into the lower parts of the 26s as we pass them to. Nevison, the boy from Sunra, boy, 17-year-old, there's the summary. So 26.46, 26.48, just the 200s in it. Alex Thompson of Eyemouth and Ross Leslie taking third. And Craig Rodgey there, 27.94 for the S14. That is a new Scottish record, I believe, for the S14 for Craig Rodgey.
Well, congratulations to Craig on that one. Great morning swimming.
Kirkwood in 1, Callum McGregor in 2, Bill Swain in 3, Alistair Ryan in 4, Kieran Christie in 5, Gavin Hagelwood in 6, Greg Watson in 7, Cameron Finderson in 8.
Eyes right down at the bottom of the screen on this one for the silver hat of Ryan Archibald in 7. Stretching forward, it looks like he's going to be our leader on this one.
There's lane 7, I think Greg Watson, 25.66, so we have gone into new territory there. Greg Watson from 5 performance, 26.70 entry time, so over a second improvement. Terrific stuff there. Greg Watson then 25.66, very tight for second. Finlayson just nudging it, 26.63. 26.32 by 100. Alistair Miley, 26.33. Watson, very happy with them. 25.66. Towards the big boys.
Yeah, it's starting to get faster and faster, and these hundredths of a second are going to be crucial as we look towards trying to make those spots for the A final and then also for the B final.
Box. Lewis Roberts, 7 Oaks in 1, Alan Bain and Dungannon in 2, Ganish in 3, Alistair Wright in 4, Jet Ness in 5, Felix Gifford in 6, Ryan Archibald in 7, and Ewan Simpson in 8.
So yeah, looking right at the centre of the pool, the white height of Alistair Wright is looking good from Derwent's side, but keep an eye on lane 2 of Callum Bain. He's coming through, he's going to take this.
He did, you called that one right, Andy. It was pretty tight, but 900 separating them in the end. Callum Bain from Dungannon, 25.18. That's another great improvement. So the 1, 2, 3, Bain then 25.18. Alan Wright second, 25.27. Jack Nesting third, 26.16.
As we now progress into those seeded heats, we're going to keep our eyes on the centre of the pool here. Tom Laxton having a fantastic 200 butterfly last night, really ran away from the field, so see how he fares on the 2-length dash.
Weatherick has been stunning in the sprints, breaststroke and freestyle, so we'll see whether he can fly to that list. Stephen Milne in 1, Andrew McGowan in 2, Sean Campsey in 3, Tom Laxton in 4, Taylor in 5, Andrew Weatheritt in 6, Henry McKenzie in 7, Robert Price in 8.
Yeah, and it is Tom Laxton looking good with that great underwater again, popping up in the lead just ahead, stretching right forward for this finish here. Brilliant.
Build up the far side going well. He might just sneak to the top 3. He did, but 23.98, so ducking under 24 seconds there from Laxton. It came into the meet 24.02, so PB in the heat sessions. Have to be happy with that. Summarising there for you: Laxton 23.98, Adam Taylor second 24.52, and in fact a tie for the Milne and Weatherick 25.11.
Ooh, possible swim off on the cards.
Could be joint time third, yeah. Certainly in the area for that.
So eyes now again to the centre lanes. Jamie Graham, real great hopeful for the Commonwealth Games for this 50 flight. And next to him, Daniel Scott, a teammate and also sprint specialist. So these two, keep our eyes on these guys because we want to see if they can try and get some fast times here that they can replicate towards racing long course later on this season.
Craig Houston in lane 2 there, one of your teammates.
Yeah.
Let's see how he does. Maybe making his big comeback. Field, Ewan Galvin in 1, Craig Houston in 2, Ross Geddes in 3, Jamie Graham in 4, Daniel Scott in 5, Eamon Rivers in 6, Ian Porteous in 7, and Craig McLean in 8.
Craig Houston looking good in lane 2, but the centre lanes are commanding here. It's hard to split Graham and Scott.
Oh, this is terrific stuff here. The two Glasgow boys with Houston
top level.
Rivers. Whoa, 24.54 for Daniel Scott, just taking it a little bit off the previous heat, but a good competitive race between the two Glasgow boys there. Get themselves confirmed for you. Oh, nice replay there. Well done, the production crew there. Love that.
Love a bit of slow-mo finishing.
There is the result for you, just briefly in your screen there. Confirmation. Scott and Graham rushed in second there. Two and a half meters. Still the time to beat is Laxton's 23.18. Barrett. Ryan Bennett, probably the two to watch here in the centre lane. You should see the field there. Barrett was that stunning 100 flying British record on Friday night. Is he beating the 50 over? Field, Stephen Lamb in 1, Solomon Butt in 2, Craig Bowman in 3, Adam Barrett in 4, Ryan Bennett in 5, Ewan Navarre in 6, Mark Campbell in 7, Ian Elric in 8.
And it is Barrett on the turn there, using that underwater. He was matched underwater by Bennett, but his fly strength coming through as he approached the wall here.
So about a metre separating them as they come in, 23.40. So he will be the fastest qualifier for tonight's final. Terrific swim there.
Bit of work to do on that finish as well. Finishing with those hands quite far apart, so possibly even more to come if he can get that sorted for tonight.
On that, it's Barrett there, 23.40. Ryan Bennett second, 24.09. Here we come to the final as well. Ewan Navarre, 24.2. You should see the summary coming up in as well. Barrett there through to Craig Bowman, making it. He'll be pleased with that. Stephen Milk. Craig Houston gets another swim. See what he can do tonight. But just sneaking in there. Greg Watson, that terrific swim. Very nearly got him into the B final.
So, a lot of fast racing going through there, Duncan. That was really good to watch as we change of pace again to the 200 freestyle.
Yep, starting with women. 7 heats here. Lots of great swims coming
Next
up.
event is the women's 200 metres freestyle.
Who was superb yesterday in the 400 free.
She was indeed. We're going to have to keep an eye out for how she handles this this half a distance for her.
Actually on the start sheet. Earlier on in the week she's been on the start sheet but not appearing, so we'll be hoping she's going to appear today.
Yeah, fingers crossed to see her in action as well.
Ready to go with the first heat. Off we go. We have Amy Duffy upsetting the Dixon flying in 2. Emily Horn by City in 3. Emily Grant sitting on the 4. Alicia McCracken first in 5. Alexandra Bryson first in 6. Lizzie Cole best in 7. And Paige Landing best in 8. Emily Horn for City swimming in 3. She's been that black hat with the district throughout the week. Red of Perth. It is definitely Emily in that lane, leading on maybe a metre and a half from Emily Grant and very well. The outside lanes in Duffy and alongside Paige Lang in lane 8. Paige, I think, just turning third there.
Yeah, so really good to see the outside lanes again in these early heats, getting in amongst the racing, not being afraid by the situation of being next to the walls.
Just over the minute mark and halfway, which is 200s in fact between point to that, but a second rather than 200s. Just reading the board there for a moment. Emily Horn looks fairly comfortable still by the best part of her body length from Emily Grant.
Still nicely covering some distance underwater as well, clearing those 5 metre flags, so really using those good push offs, which is what we want to see.
33.90, so pacing just over 33 seconds, so have something around a 2:07 here I think. Emily heads in 2:09.6.
That'd be a nice step forward in, for a 2-second PB. That would be that'd be a great thing to take today.
Yeah, she needs to push it down this last length to see that home. It's a good scrap developing the second. Alicia McCracken has come through strongly in lane 5. She's got ahead now of Emily Grant, but it is Emily Horn who takes it. 2:06.58, a bit faster than my prediction, so she did step on the gas in that last 25 there. So well done to Emily for that. Second was Alicia McCracken. moment. So we see a nice shot in there. 3. And it's Emily who takes it 2:06.58. Initial record second. 2:08.36.
So hard to split the lead in two here on the shot, but it's looking like it's Meg Finnan at the turn. Nice opening. Nice to see a lot of intensity from the legs, pushing forwards. A lot of bilateral breathing to both sides as well, Duncan. Helpful on a race like this?
Very much so. So you see what's going around both sides of you, and there's a good competitive race going on here. Certainly lanes 5 and 6, but Emily Hewitt's sort of joining them now and is moving up and looks pretty strong there in lane 4 in the white caps. And the three of them coming to the halfway point, all turning pretty much together. The touch just going to Hewitson, 1:00.96 in lane 4, but coming out of that turn, there's still nothing in it between the three of them. There's a nice shot off with the Priest girl with the two beside her, South Lanarkshire and Sunderland respectively. It does look like Hewitson now just starting to open that gap up.
This is great through this second 100. She really has timed that break away from the pack and really showing why she's in that that centre lane, that lane 4, as she explodes right out of that turn, stretches forwards, keeping an eye on those girls who are trying to battle back at her as well, which is good to see.
Through the final turn, comes in just under 2:08 into this meet, so she'll be looking to improve on that. But here comes Meg Finnan having a go and see if she can come back to her here. She is closing, but you would think Hewitson will hold this, but it's getting tighter as they come to the wall. But Hewitson does take it 2:06.49, so nudges just ahead of
Third went to Rebecca Smith, who came through very strong there for 2:08.37. Apologies, Rebecca.
Yeah, really great sprint finish there to snatch that third place. So showing that racing right down to the wire again.
They're all there or thereabouts. As Lauren Jills just get in touch and see it all of them coming in around the 29s and into the low 30s there. Too tight for the moment. Lane 2 just I think with the edge and the 75 metre turn, but very competitive heat this one. Coming in with entry times 2:06s and 2:07s. It's Jennifer Henderson in lane 2, just starting to open it up a bit now. So a good second 50 from her, 1:01.02.
Yeah,
not quite as fast as the previous two heats though.
she's pressing forward into this third 50 here though, Duncan, and really starting to make a breakaway. Third 50 we see always important on a 200 to really make sure that can be the make or break point of the race, and it's looking like she's starting to break the field with a great getaway in this third 50. Second place at the moment, Lauren Gilt's still there, and a lot of the girls battling out for that third place spot.
Yeah, it's anybody's race behind Jennifer Henderson. 33.48.
Jennifer Henderson.
She's the age group champion a couple of weeks ago. 207.0 there, so want to get into 206 territory here if she can. She needs a really strong last length to do that. I think she's in trouble to take the heat. Lane 6, Lauren Gilt's looking as if she's going to win the contest for second from Jennifer Davis in lane 5. It's Henderson in lane 2 coming in to take it, and she does duck under 206, 205.89 for her. Second half, as you said, that third 50 so important. That's where Jennifer really started to push on there. 1, 2, 3 then. Jennifer Henderson 205.89, 270 Lauren Gilt's in second. Third, Jennifer Davis 209.8. Fourth heat, so that's been 206 into time. So need a PB to get past Jennifer Henderson's 205.89. Sure, this one's going to do that. Yeah, she knows that most of start point for Archer, City Sunderland in 5, Raquel Matos is leading in 6, it's got Grant, City of Sheffield in 7, and Ellen Fleming, City of Glasgow in 8.
And as we'd expect, we're seeing Raquel Matos in that yellow hat there, really making an early break, really using that speed of the 50s race that she has to try and make a breakaway from the pack early on. Let's see if she pays for this later, but she's being followed quite closely by Samantha Caldwell.
Saw Raquel doing a 2 double low in Glen Rockers at East District age groups at the beginning of the month, compared with her entry time of 206. So see whether she can get around the 2-minute mark here. Turns at the halfway, 58.64. If she could do that, she could come from fairly low down to feature again tonight. We saw in a lot of the shorter events, particularly the fly events, where she's been pretty prominent, showing that she's got good endurance, or a sprinter anyway, in the 200.
Yeah, she's got herself out, and we're going to have a look at this 50 split here to see. I can't see her going under the 200 right now though, because she's just slowed up a little bit through that third 50. Big starting to pay for that early pace, Duncan. What do you think?
Yes, I think that's probably right. 202, 203 maybe. Second place in lane 4, Katie Stark, another sprint specialist, who's having a good battle with lane 7, Isabel Grant. Those two will decide second between them, behind Raquel Matos, coming into the final 5. So Matos bringing it home, looking pretty smooth. 202.46. We'll see whether that gets her a second swim. I think it'll be about on the cusp, possibly. We'll see.
Very well called on the time on that one though. It's I'm starting to think this isn't your first time.
I've done it once or twice, yeah. So Matos there, 202.46. Katie Stark second, 204.62. And Isabel there, 204.6. To the teams now, so bottom of this one is warm. As well. Jennifer Tatters in City of Sunderland, Murray first in 2, Sean Bowman in University in 3, then 2 Wild Girls and Bottom in 4, Amelia Ward in 5, Amy Petit, Redmond University in 6, Daniel Huskisson, University in Stirling in 7, and Jessica Wilkie, University in 8. So 3 to 8, all University of It's Edinburgh from Sterling, so of that vintage of swimmers, these swimmers at their peak.
Yeah, that's very true, and what a great race we've got in the centre of the pool for you here. We've got Anne Butler just ahead of that turn there, and looking like she's still just tumbling just slightly ahead of Amelia Morn, but that's subject to change, as these races always can be.
Yeah, really side by side coming towards the harbour there with contest Sean Morgan and Hayley Monteith, the two from Edinburgh University, being out for third. 57.51 Bachman split, and a second faster than Matos. They were very similar in the 50, so you said earlier that Matos didn't quite maintain that pace, and these girls are. Now with about half a metre on board, still Morgan not that far away in lane 3. It's probably her best event of the 100-2 and the 400 free.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. And just showing that Butler's just started to make a move through that third 50, just holding in a really nice calm stroke, which is stretched just ahead of Mom. And yeah, our leaders 1, 2, 3 there, putting on a fantastic show of races so far.
Van Bachman continuing a very solid weekend's racing. She now has this one well under her control. Let's just see how she comes in. This is good stuff. 1:57.85, just a second away from her entry time. Bachman, pretty satisfied, I would say, without quite breaking into a smile.
Yeah, and as we just wait for those confirmed results, we look to the end of the film, we see that Caitlin McClatchy is lining up.
Brilliant stuff. So there is the 1, 2, 3, and the 5, 6, 7, 8 for that matter, and Bachman 1:57.85, medium 1 second.
Great, so we'll have this heat and then followed with Caitlin McClatchy in that final heat.
Six, Caitlin 2 to 1, Hattersley 2, Ashley Bolt in 3, Rebecca Turner in 4, Ellen Faulkner in 5, Gillian Clark in 6, Jessica Christie in 7, Paula Adams in 8. So we should focus on this one because of strong swimmers here. Becky Turner, the British University short course champion last weekend, 56 there. Was in the World University Games team, finalist there in Russia.
Yeah, that was in Kazan in Russia, and they took quite a selection of strong swimmers to that championship. And speaking to Becky through this meet, she says she's been feeling really good. Training's been going well, so looking forward to seeing her race later on tonight. All being well through this heat, that is.
Faulkner is not far away from her, so it's the two Sheffield ladies. 57.22 for Turner, 57.77 for Faulkner. Two white caps there. Yeah, a little faster than Bachman at the halfway point.
And we do see Becky Turner just start to stretch away just through this left here now. Really good turn. She's swam up and out of it and really holding that lead.
Quite a fast stroke rate from her.
Yes,
very efficient stroke rate, but quite fast through the water.
Yeah, with this being one of her favourite distances, she's no stranger to what those arms should be doing for her best kind of swimming.
Very comfortable here, so Bachman's time 1:57.85. I would expect this to be faster than that. As Turner is looking very good here. 1:56.36. So that sets an interesting challenge for Caitlin McClatchy in the next heat if she wants heat 4 later on. Summary there. Shortly. Sneaky peek before it's officially declared. She's now back in turn 1:56.36. Hold for the second. And we want to 2:01.30. So there is the lineup. Caitlin McClatchy in for the Sophie Smith beside her. Madison Junior, Lucy Hope. Field then, Abby Houston on Houston 1, Rachel Massey on Southampton Nature in 2, Lucy Hope best in 3, Caitlin McClatchy at University in 4, Sophie Smith Loughborough in 5, Rachel O'Donnell at Carnegie in 6, Alicia McCrory at Derwenside in 7, Megan Donnelly on line best end in 8.
So it's looking like Sophie Smith is just leading from Caitlin McClatchy. We'll see on the turn. My apologies, Caitlin does have to turn at that first 50, so making sure that that approach was just right, getting that tight tumble in, as those girls now stretch through this opening 100 metres.
First 50, 27.42 for McClatchy. Just compare that with Turner, 27.44, so right on the money. Sophie Smith still just about there, just maybe half a metre back on McClatchy now as they come to halfway. Hope going well in lane 3 in 3rd place, and in lane 6 O'Donnell, another very strong swimmer from the Carnegie team.
Yeah, and it looks like Caitlin's just going to start to press through this third 50 here as she tries to break away, but Sophie Smith's starting to kind of hold with her on this, so looking like we're shaping up a really strong final here.
Yeah, Caitlin McClatchy, what a beautiful swimmer to watch. Just makes it look so efficient, elegant. 127.39.
As she continues to lead through this final 50, really opening a commanding lead and just showing what class she still has as a world-class athlete.
So Turner 156.36. McClatchy is going to be there or thereabouts, maybe slightly back on it. Let's see. It's going to be close, but she is slightly off that pace. 157.37. That'll make her second fastest qualifier, so she'll take lane 5 on Turner in lane 4, and they will be going at it head-to-head tonight. So tune in for that one, not to be missed.
That will be an incredible set of racing.
So the summary of that one. Get the summary of the event. And there is the last heat for McClatchy, 157.37, Sophie Smith 158.3, Lucy Hope 2.66.
The 8 finalists will be Adam Barrett, Tom Laxton,
there is the top 8, the 8 finalists, McClatchy. There they are, Turner then leading the way, McClatchy Botman through to Lucy Hope, making them right along with Sean Morgan. Donald leading the B final, Gillian Clark just sneaking in with Rebecca Murray. Just missing out on seeing the next screen. Huskisson, the Stetson specialist, Abby Houston, who had a pretty good early heat swim.
Next 30 minutes, please. Also an announcement that there was some money found poolside yesterday.
So as the men's tour freestyle start to line up, we hope to see so much fast racing being replicated, following on from what we've just seen from the girls there. Pretty sure we've got these fast guys to have a good chance of seeing that again.
And going in heat 7, lane 4, certain Mr. Rennick.
Could be just one of those names to watch, I think, today.
We were talking at the top of the program about the 400 free, 2 and 4 very much in double act for Robbie. See if he can get the numbers in it. Quite a lot into him. Still taking this one, Stephen Gibb, London City Classics in 1, James Black, Warren in 2, Callum Baxter and North Lanarkshire in 3, Christopher Dove and Herbertside in 4, Joe Middleton, City Sunderland in 5, Scott MacArthur and Sterling in 6, James Loudon and Arts in 7, and Luke Paxton in 8, City Sheffield.
26.46.
So eyes right down at the bottom of the screen at the moment for Luke Buxton, who's who's really biting into this 200 freestyle here. Real strong turns, kicking right up into the full stroke and making a real great break. Scott McArthur trying to keep an eye on him, but it is Luke who's just starting to stretch himself away from the field at that halfway point.
We had a call out on the Twitter feed from Buxton family, so I hope you're with us again here this morning, because your boy is doing well here in lane 8 towards the 150 mark. Still about a body length lead. He's going to have to work hard to hold that, I think, because the Sunderland swimmer Joe Middleton maybe just starting to track him down now.
Yeah, it looks like this second 100, Joe's walking up a little bit, and he's trying to start hunting. I don't know whether he was in the race from the start, or whether he's only just noticed that Luke's made that breakaway.
Buxton's showing no great signs of weakness here, and I think with an advantage of about 4 meters coming down the final lane, he doesn't have anything to worry about in terms of the competition in this pool. So what a swim from Luke Buxton. 1:53.71. He was entered 1:57.50, so nearly 4 seconds knocked off that.
4 seconds off Luke's
first heat.
entry time to take that heat.
Nice to see such a fast start to these heats, and continuing on this good feeling of Super Sunday today here at the
Super Sunday, okay, that's its name now. Good one, Mr. Mayor. There is the result then. Just quickly on screen for just to take that.
And now heat 2
Price, there's Channel 2, Dale Wellstead, Warren in 3, Warren Ferryman, City of Belfast in 4, Ian Porteous, City of Glasgow in 5, Robbie Moore and Ryden in 6, Kevin Clark, South Malaysia in 7, Johnson Shearer and City of Glasgow in 8.
So Robbie Moore is looking like the leader at this turn, and
Robbie, you're holding on to
that pops up that has been having a really good set of swims so far this championship. So great to see him getting out in that first 50. Coming under attack now from Ian Porteous from Glasgow, who's now moved into to taking a lead at that 75 metre point. Looks like we've got a battle on our hands here, Duncan.
I was talking to Coach Graham Waddell about Ian Porteous up in Inverness, and he was saying that after a year or so really in the doldrums, he is coming good this season and starting to post some really strong times. So he's delighted with his progress, and it looks like he's making more of that here this morning.
It's great to see that he's seen himself through those bad times. Ups and downs a lot in a swimming journey. You can have those good seasons and bad, but looking so strong and hoping for a good season right now.
He's now got all the body length advantage, 1:23.39, about 1.3 up on Luke Buxton's time in the first heat. Entry time 1:55.5. Relatively recent time done at the Red Pool, new pool at Johnson.
He's stretching himself away from the field now, looking just incredible through this last length. Let's keep an eye to the clock, see where he can stop this time mode on.
52.57, so 3 seconds inside his entry time, given that was a recent time. Good stuff, more progress on Ian Porteous. Now, Porteous, 52.57, Porteous, Dale Wellstead second, 1:54.36, Robbie Moore.
So as we watch for Heat 3 to line up, we see that we have Joe Roebuck in lane 6, so we're just going to keep an eye on his actual choice of stroke, I think, through this heat. Flying swimmer, trying to swim one event per day, did swim out of the 200 butterflies, so I'd be expecting him to possibly pop up some of the different stroke on this one.
So, off we go, Creighton
and heat 3 underway.
record moving to right of the arena. Level 1 for your back try to increase to robot. Mr. Constant 6, give Duncan Benjamin Preston 7, a couple of empty lanes there. I wasn't paying attention there. Lanes 4 and 5. So Daniel Lim or Ewan Murgatroyd. You're right about Joe Robot there. Butterfly. He's picking up in the freestylers pretty well.
He is indeed. He's doing a good job so far. Swimming back at the field, seeing our leader of Kieran McGuckin there, and noticing that the tumble turn of freestyle is a quicker turn than the touch turn shown on butterfly and breaststroke. See on the butterfly and breaststroke, those two hands must touch the wall before turning away. So the main difference between those two strokes that we're seeing here on the ability for the tumble turn on freestyle and backstroke.
Well, you can argue, of course, at the moment he's swimming freestyle, so he could actually do it differently if he chose to, but probably not a good idea. But Kieran McGuckin, one of our top sprinters in the freestyle university program. He'll be open for both individual and relay berths, I would think, in the 4x100. It's been swallowed up now though. Zach Dawson coming through strongly on the near side. McGuckin tiring.
Right, the Durham side swimmer taking the lead now, and keep an eye for lane 1. He might be able to get in the mix of second and third. As we see Joe Roman coming through up alongside McGuckin to the finish.
And over in lane 1, Craig McLean as well was up there, a lonely swim for him, but he took second place. Dawson 53.45.
Second was Craig McLean in that fast finish. You know, we confirmed results. Big times 154.02, and Joe Robb took third.
Definitely got him in the medals in that 200 fly that we saw, that was won by Tom Laxton. Tom Laxton having that fantastic swim away from the field that 54s and 55s and medalled in that fly swim. So looks like Joe would have been right in the mix of that. So warning there to Tom Laxton, keep an eye for Joe.
So very carefully look down the field here, see if there's any swimmers missing. It looks like maybe one missing in lane 4 in this one. And we're seeing just a few casualties, people deciding right not for me this time. Some warning. Here we go.
This is heat.
Field is Craig Bowman on Carnegie in 1, Angus Barr, South Lanarkshire in 2, Felix Gifford, City of Aberdeen in 3, Sean Campsey of Warrenbury in 5, Evan Agarwood of Geary in 6, Adam Hollows of Dover side in 7, Ewan Cowan of Guy Best in 8.
Hard to split everybody at that first 50. The action happening in a line at the moment, we see. Our early leader was Felix Gifford at that turn. However, we're going to have to keep our eyes across the whole pool here as this race could develop in a number of different ways. Keeping an eye for Sean Campsey, who's having fantastic opening swim here as well. So it does look like it's still Felix or Duncan.
Yeah. Only just though, about 3:10, 54.35. Felix with the City of Aberdeen program. From the Shetlands, representing the Shetlands. I was talking yesterday about their participation in the Island Games in sunny Bahamas. Bronze medal for Felix in that event in the 200 free. Quite a bit of pressure from Sean Campsey, the Warrender swimmer in lane 5. Main challenge 7 as well. Adam Hollows of Derwent side, good serve from him.
Yeah, it was, and Felix holding that lead well. Starting to see a late charge coming through from Gavin Hagerwood. He's trying to make a charge into this leading group of 3 as you see Felix stretching towards the wall, and it's going to be hard to divvy this up here.
Yeah, Gifford tried very hard to hold on to this and just doing the business. 151.58, so really had to focus, concentrate on nailing his finish there to onto that one. Got the job done. Inside his central times. Felix. Second, Sean Campsey.
And Adam Hollis was third, 152.44.
Now, so Nicholas Campsey to Hollis third, 152. So once again, just looking across the starters, and it looks like this time they're all there. See the heats.
But it's Jarvis, our leader, silver medalist in the 100 freestyle last night, just losing out that goal to Adam Barrett, and he's up here at the moment.
He did come up first into that top.
This is very close to him in lane 4. Jarvis in 5, and then lanes 2 and 3, Coleman and Brody, all there and thereabouts. Tim just getting a touch there, 52.33. Good competitive one here.
Yeah, Braxton Tim looking nice and strong through here. Really, a lot of experience in this field here. Braxton usually a fly swimmer, but really strong on his freestyle it seems as well. As we see lane 3, Cameron Brody, 200 fly swimmer starting to come up into the mix, so hopefully he'll be able to try and get on terms off this turn.
Hunter making a move in lane 7 as well. He's not that far away, but touch still with Tim at the 150 by a 10.
Leader into this last 50. Jarvis is looking strong here, but we're going to have to keep our eye on the scoreboard at the finish. But it is Jarvis stretching forward.
He's strong there in these last 50. Lane 2, Coleman is coming up as well to come in behind Jarvis. 147.76, 148.49 Coleman. That to be confirmed. Getting whispers that there might be a disqualification there at the start.
Confirmation.
And there is indeed. So it's on the main venue screen. We should see it come up on our screen at any moment. Is Jarvis who's out, so that's a turn on Coleman, 148.9, Brody second, Braxton Tim third. Did you see it flying there, Andy?
I didn't see much from my point of view here, but I can't argue with the officials I found.
And we're now to the second heat of the 200 meters freestyle for the men. Taking an early lead, lane 6, Rob Bale, University of Stirling. Looking very strong in lane 6. And who's lane 2? That's Mark Sherwani of Carnegie. As they come into their 50 meter turn.
So, at that turn, Rob Bale, the Olympian from the 4x200 freestyle team, taking us out. Mike Shranick up in lane 2 in the second spot at the moment, but it's Bale looking really good in the red hat, so from Stirling. And not the tallest of guys, but looks so long in the water. He's got such a stretching forward stroke, really glides over the top, and it's that gliding stroke that's leading us out at 151.9. He holds the lead here, Duncan.
3:10 as well, but Mark Sheranick is going well in lane 2, so not a great lane seeding for Sheranick, but he is behind that. He is just about in touch with Bale, and now starting to make a move. He Howes in lane 5, followed by Granger and Scott. Jack Scott, of course, part of the 4x2 relay in Delhi.
Away from the
Sure, would love to be in that team again next year.
Oh, I would bet so. At the moment, Rob Bales turns just looking a little bit tighter than Max Schranicks. Max Schranicks swimming so well up in lane 2 in the black hat, but Bales turns just a little bit tighter. It's going to be down this last lane. Looking good for Mark to finish strong here. Alfie House still in that third position spot. Eyes to the board.
7.79. That's the fastest time with 1 heat to go. 48.3, so short up.
And in the confirmed result, Alfie House third, 149.02.
Shocks there, so Bale 47.79, Schranicks second, 48.19, just as well for him. Alfie House.
So Bale setting the scene and the tone for Robbie Rennick to now step to.
Scotland first in 6, next Lichfield who's sitting Sheffield in 7.
And Stephen Milne looking good here, Duncan, to start. But it is Robbie with the turn there that's just leading the charge here, and he's looking very good this morning, Robbie.
Just 100th ahead at the 50 from Milne. Just now half a metre behind him. Just keeping tab on the splits. Bale went through the 151.99 as Rennick and Milne approached the 100 mark. You see their split. It's just a little slow, 52.10. Within range, just a tenth away. That's a nice turn from Stephen Milne, and don't discount Josh Walsh in lane 3. They're in 7. Max Litchfield going well. So the 4 of them almost together there, just behind them. Duncan Scott, the junior. Matthew Parks in lane 2. Another pretty open one here, and a very strong third 50 from Litchfield in lane 7 has moved him through.
It has, and it's really tough to call this at the moment. Robbie just dropping back a little bit in lane 4 off the pace, but he's got a really big turn, so watch for him there. But Litchfield starting to make his break here.
Milne is the one that's trying to chase him down now. Are we going to see a little push from Rennick at the end here? He probably needs to, just to make sure of a decent place in the final.
I agree.
Otherwise he could be upset here. Litchfield then 147.40. So in all of these last 3 heats, Andy, we've probably seen a surprise winner. So it just sets us up for a bit of a lottery tonight, maybe.
Yeah, it shows that that everybody's really having to fight for their places in those finals. Great shot of the finish there as well. Here it comes.
And it looks like a new Scottish record there for
clear that up for you.
There it
is, Litchfield taking it 147.40.
148.02. Beating the Scottish record 148.0. Well done, Duncan.
Duncan Scott 148.02. Yet another Scottish junior record.
Like we said last night, the guy dives in the pool and he's just smashing records. So excellent to see him racing that way.
Caitlin McClatchy, Dan Bachman, Sophie Smith, Eleanor Faulkner, Amelia Mullen, Shan Morgan.
It is, and just it's going to be another hard session to call your favourite races, isn't it?
Certainly is. Just thinking about that 200 free though. In the 400 free we saw, I think it was lane 7 that Robert Rennick went into, and he won it from lane 7. He's going to be in unfancied lane again here, not quite as far out as 7, but I think he's going to pull it off tonight.
Oh, I would never want to bet against Robbie Rennick. The guy has so much experience and talent that it's just incredible whenever he races finals.
Change now into the breaststroke. 7 minutes here. Here's the first heat.
So moving on to lane 307, there was 100 metres backstroke.
Saxon, Manager 3, Smith, Cummins, City 5, Sarah Conley, 6, Davis,
And if you've been enjoying the racing as much as us, please do tweet us. The hashtag on that is hashtag SGSC13 live, just up in the top right hand side of the screen. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on both the men's and the women's 200 freestyle, who you're favouring in those finals tonight, and also shout out if there is any swimmers that you're particularly watching, or teams that you're really getting behind through this swim meet.
Maybe it's Cara Smith, the Sterling swimmer there in lane 4, the yellow cap is leading them down the last length, or maybe it's South Lanarkshire you are supporting Rachel Saxon, pushing her very hard here. So it's these two coming in together. Who's going to get the touch? So important to nail the finish, and Saxon just got it. 1:05.53, a very strong class.
Second place was Cara Smith from Stirling,
Rachel.
5:60 and third.
She takes over
1:06.53.
That's another recent time she did in the Priest at the West District age groups.
Just while these swimmers leave the pool, from the Speedo Body Scanner unit. It's open till 5 o'clock today, so if you want to...
Yeah, just think that he's a really great coach to work under. I did some early racing with Andy when I was a youngster. Used to go up and race for East Kilbride, and know that I actually learned a lot about the importance of tactics through a race from Andy Figgins. So good to see that those tactics are still being passed on to the swimmers that are coming forward from there now.
On to heat 2. Good start with the far side to Perth Allen from Aberdeen. And the water for the longest well. Also going well on the 7 is India Dog from Warrender.
So looking like an early leader, India Dodd in lane 7 possibly, but keeping an eye on the lane 3 of Megan Kerr as well. Could be Kerr actually with the turn. And it is. It's between those two racers though at the start of this event.
Got half a metre or so, but it's a close one here. India Dodd in 7, then Palmer in 1, and a number of others not that far away either. Down to the final left there, good turn from Dodd in 7, she's up alongside Care now, but here comes in lane 5, Mari High, a Wren swimmer, and trying to go with her, Mari Swanson in 6, but looks like Mari High in lane 5 coming through strongly at the end there. Well known that Megan Kerr holds on by 300, so looked like she was going to lose it at the end there, but well done Megan Kerr to hold on for it. 1:06.61 for her. Bruce by a second. Time, the rest of the part should go.
So hard to spot it though.
Backstroke finishing, very important.
Very important. We just saw it there. Just making sure you get that hand onto the wall, time that last stroke so that you can really kick and plant those hands into that finish. And so hard to split the winners here. It's so close, the racing heat after heat. So it's understandable if when we're watching there's a bit of confusion until we see the scoreboard between all the racing that's happening across those lanes.
Some changes around the backstroke finish introduced this somebody in Heat 3, Shannon Crawford and Theory going 1 there, on top of Durban side in 2.
Good start in 2 here, all top from Gerald Side, also going again 7, Alex Duffy from Edinburgh University.
Nicole Duffy of Edinburgh
Good
University in
confidence
7,
as well,
Victoria
so maybe
Milner,
half a body on top of the wall. So Edinburgh University saw ahead of 7.
And lane 2 is looking like it's got some good water today, as we see the leader, Leah Altoff, swimming out well through that first half. That's a name that we've said continuously through this weekend here, Duncan.
Yeah, every time she's gone in the water, she's smashed her every time. She measured short ones last week and did a 103 there, compared with that 107 entry time. So that's maybe hoping for a second swim tonight.
Let's have our fingers crossed, and big shout out to all the Derwent side guys who are texting, tweeting into us as well. Thanks for that, guys.
Very solid swim, 104.30 from there. Quite a bit faster than the first two heats. Second place, Alex Cunningham, good swim from her, still 105.69 over the second improvement. See Walton, should be third, there's the summary for you. Walton 104.30, Cunningham 105.69, Walton just 105.76. Does it get harder to get the PBs in on day 3 compared with day 1? It must do.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call though, because some people really swim well into a meet. They're sometimes a little bit rusty, a little bit ragged coming into a meet, maybe coming through a tough block of training. So you'll find some swimmers who they hit day 1 really well, really fresh, and then tire as the meet continues. Then you're going to get some other guys who are going to be fresher today than what they were on day 1. So individuals are going to take to this meet so differently. So so it means that I'm sure that's why we've had great racing on all 3 days.
Julie Hunter at first and 2, Caroline McIntosh, City Van Veen in 3, Julie Williams and Margaret Leslie in 4, Peter Phillips and Robert Thomas in 5, Aaron Holmes and Sam Malik in 6, Sean Up, Newburn in 7, Alexander Clements in 7. Sometimes feel it's a bit about focus through a meet as well. When you're talking about still going well in the last years, you're not doing huge numbers of meters during a competition with warm-ups and racing, but you feel with lots of time waiting around and marshalling and all the rest of it, it's about maintaining your focus.
It is. It's the focus. It's keeping those energy levels high, and also emotionally, racing can be good racing and bad racing, so your emotions can be all over the place. So there's a lot of things to contend with on weekends of racing.
Good race brewing here. Lane 3, McIntosh, Williams in 4, Phillips in 5, and any of those 3 could take this one. Whoa! It was McIntosh, 105.27, just getting it there. Again, that was about finishing.
Yeah, I think she was really close on the wall there. I was worried she was going to touch the wall with her head on that one there, Duncan.
Not head or arms. She won it. 105.27. Phillips second, 105.35. Julie Williams third, 105.86. I guess arms stretched out is better than head.
It is indeed. The ruling says that you can finish with any part of your body, but your right arm outstretched, touching with those fingertips is ideally the best way. And as we expected on this one, we're looking at the centre lane of Charlotte Mackenzie as she leads through 50. Quickest split that we've seen to 50 at the moment, which she explodes up into the second 50, Duncan.
Behind them is Emma Smith, I think just emerging to second. She's about 1.5 to 2 metres behind Charlotte as they turn for home. Charlotte maintains her push down towards the final lead. How close to the minute can she get? I think the answer is it's going to be pretty close, like just going over the minute, 1:01.12. Charlotte's entry time 1:20, so second away from that. should look for a decent slot in the final.
Yeah, it's looking strong. She almost looked quite easy through that final length, so it'd be really good to see if she can try and power that on tonight to towards the finals.
She's there. She just showed briefly there the result. Second. 2 weeks there to go. Look out for Georgia Davis in this one. Pink cap, so you'll be able to spot her easily on the screens. In lane 4, Lucy Hope, and she would go beside her dark cap and best. She was in 3 in the yellow. So just 2 caps to follow. Martin, Margin, King in 2, Rachel Sharp in 3, Georgia Davis in 4, Lucy Hope in 5, Karen Reid in 6, Julie Mackey in 7, and Ailey Dudley in 8.
Brilliant opening 25 by Georgia Davis there. As there's a real battle on for second place between Lucy Hope and Karen Reid in 5 and 6. But it's Georgia Davis who's going to be looking really strong at this 28-3. About a full second up on Charlotte McKenzie at that turn there.
Georgia finalist at the World Short Course Championships this time last year. From Istanbul to Edinburgh. And look at that turn. It's up about 13 metres.
Big last turn. That's going to be important racing up against Lizzie Simmons tonight.
58.65.
160 the second place for Lucy Hope from Borders and third Karen Reid.
58.35, so just 3/10 away from that.
So showing great form coming into this 100 backstroke.
So Lucy Hope 1:1:16 in second. Karen Reid with third place from Worcester. Two out of 2 in the backstroke. Stakes the final. Out tonight. Intentions for this season in that World Cup circuit, where she really started. It's brought that in form into Edinburgh as well, and look at that, she is well clear at the turn. This is all about demonstration backstroke swimming here. Whoa, about 13-14 metres push off there.
Really, really impressive. And on the turn, quickest split again, about 0.3 up on where Georgia Davis was at that point.
This is very fast, and Elizabeth Simmons is taking no prisoner in the heat. In the 200, which does the same again here. The others are trading in a wake. Sophie Smith second, and a battle between Kirsty Simpson and Megan Briggs for third. But Elizabeth Simmons dominant here, looking very contained there as she comes in 59.04, and she did just ease back. That was a 31 split for the second 50, and that means she'll be in lane 5 with Davis taking lane 4 position. Those two will go at it head to head tonight. Result there, Simmons 59.04, Smith 1:00.99, Briggs the
finalist for the men's 200 metres freestyle. And the finalist Max Litchfield, Stephen Mill, Robbie Rennick.
And looking good, looking a good lineup for that final. Some great names popping up for that first 8.
Jordan Hughes, Thomas Sumter, Gareth Mills, Jack Scott and Nicholas Granger. And reserves for Susan Buck, Matthew Parks,
Sometimes do get withdrawals on the third day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye out to see if that that starting order changes on that one. And fast racing all the way through this session again on day 3. So it's turned into Super Sunday, isn't it? It is now.
So it's just on Saturday. Super Sunday coming up here with some backstroke.
Men's 100 metres backstroke.
So it looks like we're looking at Ross Leslie at the turn at 50, and he's looking good. So get in touch with us for your favourite part of our Super Sunday so far with Twitter hashtag SGSC13Live. Just up in the top right hand corner you can see it, and let us know what you've been enjoying so far this morning as we continue through on this event. And we'll keep an eye on lane 8 as well, as David Mulligan's starting to finish strong here, Duncan.
Yeah, Leslie and Mulligan are going to be the 1-2, but Leslie's not going to be denied this one. He comes in 1:00:20, has to be pleased with that. Though we need more pleased, I'm sure, if he'd broken through the minute, but that was a good swim. Ends at 1:02:48. Do these landmark times mean a lot? They're just another time, right? Or do they mean more than that?
It's really weird because you're right, it is just another number, it is just another time, but for some reason certain ones just stick in your mind and become a bit of a hurdle to get over. Obviously 60 point for 100 backstrokes one. For me, to break 2 minutes on a 200 fly was something that turned out to be quite a landmark thing for me to try and overhaul. So yeah, for some reason these times, they do become quite big in your mind. So lane 8, Jamie Waller really stretching out through this one here. So keeping our eyes down the bottom of the screen.
Very competitive 6 swimmers in his wake, and in fact it's Wellstead getting the touch there in lane 6:29.93. That's a bit of a surprise. He's right there. Over in lane 1, Spencer O'Grady is pretty close.
And it's all edges of the pool at the moment because we've got Callum Wellstead who's leading, but second and third look right on the edges in lanes 1 and 8. So all over the place here, Duncan.
Yeah, but it's Wellstead who takes it. Again, not quite getting on the minute, 1:00:71, but again, it's a nice PB, about 1.2. Callum Wellstead just moved across to East Lothian about a year ago, settling into that programme. Matt Troughton, who might be watching us from New York at the moment. So Matt, a big shout out to you if you're there. Up early in the morning. I trust you are. I want to see how your swimmers are getting on.
I'd expect so. Matt Troughton, what a fantastic coaching job he's doing so far. It's just incredible to see how he's pushing all of those swimmers forward and just making those into world-class athletes.
Oh, steady on here. I don't want him to get big-headed. He's doing an okay job.
I'm a fan, Matt, don't worry.
Matt, we're with you all the way. Wish you a good trip across to America. It's a good return back, so we'll just wait for the result to be called here. and a little bit of consultation going on, but there is the result. Wellstead taking 1:00.71, O'Grady second 1:01.20, and Waller third 1:01.40. So to heat 3.
So heat 3 as the racings just keep rolling on, don't they?
Indeed, and going to give us a little pause here while the referee just resolve that last result. We're going now. So Jamie Graham decided to cut this one out, obviously focusing on that 55 from earlier. Field then, Scott Mitchell from the University in 1, Joseph Marley of Geary in 2, Finley Dean, City of Aberdeen in 3, Aaron Law of South Aberdeenshire in 4, Graham Brown, South Ayrshire in 6, Daniel Tippin, City of Aberdeen 7, Ewan Christie and Mark Ryan Bearsden in 8. So Jamie Graham then missing here. Saw him earlier in the fly.
Yeah, just possibly just taking a little bit of rest, looking towards racing for that 50 fly later tonight. And in the last heat we also saw Angus Barr. He was in one of the centre lanes, but swimming quite easy. So sometimes swimmers will either swim easy through a race or just pull out, as we've seen Jamie Graham do here, just to conserve a bit of energy, looking towards racing better in another event later.
No energy being saved by Daniel Tippin in lane 7. He is pushing on there, and he does get under the minute, so we've done it for the first time here. 59.68. Daniel Tippin there from the City of Aberdeen, entered 1:01.23, so that milestone we were talking about, he has burst through it.
He has indeed, and once you do break it, it's done.
Moore very close there in second, 1:00.18, with Miley third, just 400 behind him, 1:00.22. Daniel Tippin the winner, 59.68. Must feel so good.
So great celebration there, yeah, and rightfully so, overhauling one of those kind of milestones, like we said.
And that certainly answered the question: does it matter to the swimmers? Yep, it mattered to Mr. Tippin.
And it's eyes on the white cap of Alistair Wright in lane 2 that we're looking to lead the field here. And it is 27.5. Great opening split there, Duncan. Let's see how he progresses through this as he swims right on that blue lane line.
Ali Wright, a swimmer that we see quite often up in Scotland, Anglo-Scot from the Derwentshire programme. He is leading them still through the 75 marker. That a metre and a half mark, although his teammate Adam Hollows is coming back at him hard now. So it's the battle of Derwentshire going on here. Can Wright hold off Hollows? Oh, it's going to be close, but he did. 58.07. I promised you times under a minute, and the athletes delivered. 5 of them there under the minute, led by Wright. But he got up right there at the end from teammate Hollows. Here's the result, 58.07 was to Wright, just behind him Adam Hollows, 58.19. Wiley also going on with 59 seconds, 58.83.
So that was a good step forward there for Alistair Wright, good racing, and Derwentshire 1-2, that's a good club champ battle going on right there as well.
Excellent stuff. And interesting there, Wright's tactics, he really blasted that one out hard. He was pretty much hanging on, I guess, in that last 25.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, I know him from his younger days. He started off at the City of Newcastle swimming for a while, and he was always a favourite of the shorter distances then. So it seems like he's still enjoying that.
To heat 5, Chris McDonald restarted in 1, Craig McLean, Canadian in 2, Adam Taylor, Sunderland in 3, Andrew McGovern, City of Aberdeen in 4, Luke Shepherd of Arbors and Thomas in 5, Rory Lamont, West of Berkshire in 6, Sullivan Butt of Aberdeen in 7, Danny Kirkwood reserve there, Luke Shepherd, so playing 5 right at the top of this company.
Yeah, that's a tough field to be dropped into, as you see Rory Lamont going out in a 26.2. Looked electric fast last night in that 50 backstroke, just missing that Scottish record as he starts to kind of get caught up and battled here by Andrew McGovern, who's coming back really hard. It looks like McGovern's going to take this one here, Duncan.
It's very close between McGovern and Lamont. I was wondering whether Lamont was having another go at that record in the first 50 there. Just check it out. It's a little bit faster than his 26.20 time. 4.53 McGovern just taken in the end. For you there, McGovern 4.53, Lamont 4.82. Up there, 56.39 is a new Scottish junior record there. Sullivan Butt by 0.04 of a second. Fantastic start. Nice to see one going to Sullivan rather than Duncan Scott.
It is indeed, and he's had such a busy weekend. We saw him swimming out in the afternoon yesterday, the 1500 freestyle, added to all the finals we saw him racing out in last night. The guy was just in and out of the pool all the time, so I think he's up against Duncan Scott for how many times can he get off those blocks?
Nesson 3, Charlie Olsen in 4, Charlie Carlisle in 5, Stephen Milne in 6, Fraser Scooter in 7, Gavin Haggood in 8. Still see Rennick doing the backstroke here.
Big turn by Robbie though as he pops up just before 15, and that holds him leading, I would say, at the turn. Let's see, Johnny Carlisle just with a touch of the feet, fastest so far. Swimming up and well out of that one. Robbie choosing to work his legs underwater to really try and hone that skill. As Charlie Balderson comes back here, Duncan.
Yeah, Carlisle and Balderson now 1 and 2. But Rennick again with the big turn has put him right back in the mix there. And in between them, Chad Ness and City of Aberdeen. But it's going to be Carlisle. He was pumped, as we said at the beginning, slapping his thighs with good reason. He took that 54.41, 55.24 entry times. Strong swimming there from Johnny Carlisle.
Yeah, chipping away at those best times.
Something there for you, Johnny Carlisle 4.41, Charlie Olsen 4.87, Robbie Rennick doing the number backstroke. Don't often see him doing backstroke.
No, always great to see him swim out in a couple of different events. Keeps it fresh for him, and also gets him to work on those underwater skills that's so important for him to use in that 200 freestyle.
Guaranteed a second swim, assuming he wants it there in that time. Shore and University in 2, Big Permanent League in 3, Ryan Bennett, University of Stirling in 4, Kieran McCuckin at University in 5, Ryan Archibald and Warrenburg in 6, Gregor Birrell at First in 7, and Alistair Campbell at Crease in 8.
So Ryan Bennett really wanting to state himself as a leader, not just of this heat, but also of the event so far, as he really powers out in a 25.6 at the start. Using the turns well, swimming up into clear water now, and it's the rest of the field that's trying to battle it out for second as Ryan swims off now.
And This is very impressive stuff. It's worth keeping an eye on the Scottish record here, 51.72. Maybe Bennett just easy bat now, so I think that's going to be safe for the moment anyway. Watch out tonight as he does ease back quite a bit there in the closing stages. 54.62, just coming in behind the previous two heats in the end, but that first 50 suggested that there is a lot more to come tonight. Ryan Bennett, summary, 54.62 for Ryan. Craig Bowman second, 56.12. Ryan Archibald, nice swim from him, 56.44. Warren the swimmer.
Yeah, nice racing across the field there.
We should see the summarised now.
Summary to roll off the board of that last event and to bring you the finalist in the women's 100 metres backstroke. The finalists
they're on the top 8, so they're just getting in. Robbie Rennick's there in 6th place. Leaving the B final. Smithholm just sneaking into that one. Just going to be missing you. Alistair Gaff, Alistair Ryan, who we were talking about earlier. Playing the junior from Carnegie.
Good to see that Sullivan Putt is into that B final, so have another crack at that record again. It would be lovely to see him lower that even further.
To the recorder's desk in the next 30 minutes, please.
You'd have to say that he could do that.
Yeah, I would hope so. He was looking so good on Friday and Saturday's racing, and no reason why he shouldn't continue that through. But he's a little bit fresher tonight, and the occasion of the finals will really get him all fired up, I would expect.
Certainly working on the plan. Needs to that's what we've been to the women's tour of breaststroke 7 heats. We have an empty lead on the near side of the pool, so 7 swimmers here. Nelson Timoney of Warrington in 1, Jessica Thompson of City of Aberdeen in 2, Eddie McManus of East Lothian in 3, Anya Sordi, City of Sunderland in 4, Paige Aitchison of Hearts in 5, Katie McKenzie of Highland in 6, Emily Bryce of First in 7.
So, Katie McKenzie with a real nice quick rhythm and rate to her stroke so far, and she leads us out here. 36.9, good opening split. Long race or 200 breaststroke, a lot of time spent underwater with those pullouts and a lot of gliding, so be nice to see if she can keep this up, and also interesting to see how the rest of the girls, especially the ones up at the top of the screen, how they come into play as this race progresses.
Katie McKenzie from Isle of Skye was silver medalist at the North District Age Group meet in Inverness just a little while. Did 2:49 there, 4 seconds faster than her entry time here. So she'll be wanting to have something in the 240s again here. Halfway point for her, 1:19.04. So that bodes well for achieving that. 2 seconds clear of Jessica Thompson in lane 2, with Paige Aitchison of Hearts in 3rd. Very tight there really for 2nd, 3rd and 4th.
It is, we're thinking lane 2 Jessica Thompson just looking good in the 2nd position at the moment, but possibly about to get tracked back by a couple of the other girls. Paige Aitchison possibly?
Yeah, and Aileen McManus not too far away either, but it's still Mackenzie at the front with about 3-4 metres of advantage coming to the 150. Now this split will give us a reasonable clue as to her final time, 2:02, so pacing about 43 seconds, a little bit over than that, so 2:46 maybe, if she can keep this going. Still Jessica Thompson having 2nd place, about a metre up on Ailey McManus. Ailey working really hard to try and close that down, but so far Jessica holding her at bay. Now see if these swimmers can come back at all at Katie down this final length. Don't think they'll catch her, don't think they've got a chance of that. So it's Katie coming in nicely here to give us a good improvement from the first heat. check her time. 2:46.79. Thompson did hold off McManus for second there. We'll get confirmation of that shortly.
Great opening swim.
There is the 1-2-3. Mackenzie 2:46.79. Thompson second 2:49.23, and McManus third 2:50.29.
Always great to see a nice fast race to open up the event, and always nice when that comes from one of the outside lanes as well. Shows that can be done.
Yep, and a sign of the future of Scottish swimming with these youngsters who have got no fear in an event like this, just showing what they can do in the early heats and knowing that years to come there'll be a much faster heats. So move on to Heat 2. Laura Harrison of Highland in 1, Katie Donald, South Lanarkshire in 2, Louise Fair of Heart of Midlothian in 3, Christy Johnson of Keary in 4, and 2 South Aberdeenshire swimmers, Francesca Christopherson in 5, and Megan Feld in 6, Shannon Patterson of West Lothian in 7, and Kelsey Robertson of Carnegie in 8.
And just looking at the Twitter feed here, we're really glad to hear that Sarah Matheson has got in touch. She's sending good luck to a number of swimmers, and she says that she's hoping for some fast swimming from the team from Elgin and all the rest of the swimmers from up north. So thanks for getting in touch on that one. Stay tuned on the footage that QuipuTV are bringing us here, which is a fantastic stream, and also, if you want to get in touch with us, if you could send us in your tweets to the hashtag SGSC13Live, and we will pick up those tweets and we'll try and read them out as this session continues on with this fast race in here.
We've got a good contest brewing here. Lane 6 just with the lead, Megan Feld. From lane 4, Christy Johnson, so it's a northeast of Scotland battle here. South Aberdeenshire against Geary. It was Geary based in Inverurie, just outside Aberdeen. Behind them, another from that neck of the woods, Francesca Christopherson. So 2 from the Gary Patterson fold and 1 from the Patrick Miley fold, all battling it out with 50 to go, but it's Megan Feld looking the most likely now. She has opened up a pretty handy gap in that third 50. You talked earlier in, I think, the 200 free about the importance of the third 50. Same applies, I guess, to 200 breaststroke.
Without a doubt, it really does, Duncan. It's so crucial to make sure that the pacing's right, that you get the timing of your real surge to the finish right, so that you don't run out of steam, run out of fuel. You know, you want to be able to finish strong onto that wall, really race down that last 50 meters.
And in the end, Megan Feld, a clear winner here, came into this meet 250. So look at that improvement, 241.78.
Definitely looks like she timed that surge just right there.
Has to be very happy with the 9-second improvement. Christopherson making it a South Aberdeenshire 1-2, just moving ahead of Christy Johnson. 2 South Aberdeenshire girls celebrating together there, just giving their versions of what happened. They got breath with it anyway.
Yeah, nice to see smiles at the end of racing.
Just waiting for the summary, and there it is. Megan Feld, 241.78, great swim. Francesca Christopherson second, 246.93, and Christy Johnson third, 249.38. So we have 3 coming out, line up there. So keep an eye here on hearing impaired Lucy Walkup in the 200 breaststroke. She is the British record holder in the 200 breaststroke at the S15 class, and she's off to start in lane 5. But giving you the full field, we've got Eve Thompson from Western Berkshire in 1, Robin Flocker to Weymouth in 2, Kate McPhee of Alnwick in 3, Shauna Johnson of Derwentide in 4, 5 is Lucy Walkup of Carnegie, 6 Victoria Reid, Mulgai and Bearsden, 7 Meg Patterson, City of Aberdeen, and Anya Reid of First in lane 8. So Lucy Walkup, the British record, she holds it, 2:47.79. That is also the European record still to be ratified. World record not that much faster than that, 2:46, Andy.
And she's running away from the field here, Duncan. Looking great here.
She's had a really strong set of swims in the breaststroke so far this weekend. And she's walking in fine fettle here at the halfway point, 1:17.36. Wouldn't it be fantastic? She took world records in the 50 and the 100. If she could get all 3 in the S15 category, that would just be sensational.
It would just be showing the quality of this racing here, showing the conditions we're racing in, and the arena, the sense of occasion it is.
Yeah, John Sharanek recently named Disability Coach of the Year on the back of his work with Lucy, and that work is paying terrific fruit here as they come to the 150 mark. This will give us an idea of her likely time, 2:00, so he's saying just over 42. So another 42 on that. Yeah, it's a pretty easy bit of maths, 2:43 maybe.
Yeah.
And the record at 2:46.
Oh, come on, Lucy.
Now let's really get behind this one with the final length to come. She really needs to keep it all together here.
Gotta hold it together. She's looking great though. Come on, Lucy, bring it home.
Anya Reid going well in lane 8. She is starting to push and make some inroads here. Maybe that's the spur that Lucy needs just to keep this one going as she comes into the final 5. So that world record, 2:46 dead. And Lucy, 2:43.59. A new S15 world record for Lucy Walkup, number 3.
Sensational race in there, and so great to see. She's such a great ambassador for swimming. So that's fantastic to see. Not 1, not 2, but 3 world records just in a weekend. It's just how she does it, Duncan.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Probably plenty more to come from Lucy, the 17-year-old. Has to be so thrilled. So, after the excitement of that S15 world record, we move on to Heat 4. Just calm ourselves down for a moment. Katie McIntyre of South Lanarkshire in 1, Katie Robertson of South Ayrshire in 2, Sophia Green of Elgin in 3, Leanna Marshall of North Lanarkshire in 4, Lita Avery of Sunderland in 5, Lauren Doughty, Dundee City Aquatics in 6, Claire Nixon, Dundee City Aquatics in 7, Robin Dixon, City Glasgow in 8.
As Leanna comes up for her first 50 time.
And it's Leanne Marshall in lane 4 that's leading us out there. Really stretching forward. Lovely long stroke. That's what we want to see on breaststroke, isn't it, Duncan? We want to see that nice long stretch on the front of the stroke, a nice glide. It's showing that we're not snatching at the stroke, we're making sure that we're taking all the power from the leg kick, and that's driving us forward in as streamlined a position as breaststroke can be.
Yeah, Leanna Marshall always been a really talented breaststroke. Almost left the sport a year or so ago, but it looks to have come back strong this season. Training under Danny McGowan at Cumbernauld and North Lanarkshire. 1:16.04, of course. There's no more experienced coach than Danny McGowan in Scotland. He's been round since Noah's and the flood, hasn't he?
Oh, well, hey, I know that he's such a fantastic coach. I know that anyone who's worked with Danny speaks so highly of him, and you're right, experience counts for a lot, and that shows in this swimming here. This is a fantastic show of 200 breaststroke right now.
And it's Lauren Doughty from Dundee City Aquatics who's in second place, so these two with a reasonable gap over a fairly tight contest for third, but it still is Leanna leading with 50 to go, 1:57.14, around about 3 seconds faster than Lucy Walkup split, so we could well go under the 240 here. Leanna entered 244. So this is a really good swim from the North Lanarkshire girl. Keeping it going very nicely. Doughty still on her own in second. It's Katie Robertson, a youngster from South Ayrshire, who has third place, just 12 years old, Katie.
Oh, she's a brilliant swim out for her then.
So terrific time from Leanna coming in here, and she does go under 240, 238.51. Nice stuff, 6 seconds of an improvement on her entry time, so once again, terrific swim.
These are really fast swims here, and we've got to really appreciate what we're seeing. This is a great testament to racing, heat after heat.
And unfortunately a disqualification there from Lauren Doughty in lane 6, so the 1, 2, 3, Leanna Marshall, 238.51, Katie Robertson promoted to second, 244.54, and Robin Dixon third. Smile from Leanna there as we showed the shots there to on round to heat 5, the first of the seeded heats. Very quick next on the amateurs as well in the centre. Jones, Olivia White in 3 and 4. So a fairly tight contest here. Shona Mackey in 1 for West Lothian, Danielle Gilbertson of Derwent in 2, Emily Jones, Edinburgh University in 3, Olivia White, Edinburgh University in 4, Emma Chiltborough, Warrenburg in 5, Rosie Wynn, South Lanarkshire in 6, Emma Crawford of East Lothian in 7, and Robin Patrick of South Lanarkshire in 8. So the two Edinburgh University girls with the early lead there, distinctive red and black caps. 33.94, Jones just with the touch.
And they are taking this out, and this is strong swimming again, and we've got to really, we've got to mention that PBs are falling heat after heat. This is just incredible. So we don't usually see so many PBs being demolished as what we're seeing here, and that is just, it's proving what an incredible event that this is, and how fast these swimmers are swimming in this meet just before Christmas.
Yeah, great tribute to the work that these swimmers have done in the lead up from September onwards, the hard graft in the autumn, and bringing it through here. And I don't suppose many of them have let up training to any great extent for this meet, so they're doing this, I would think, through pretty heavy training.
Which in itself is just, it's unbelievable to see just so many swimmers taking PBs away and great experiences, and it's these sort of good feelings that we want to try and carry through all the way through this season, right to the long course racing, right to the qualifiers for the Commonwealth Games.
Absolutely. So at the 150 then it's still Jones from White. Now when you've got two teammates like this in adjacent lanes tracking each other at the head of a race, does it matter to beat your teammate, or are you just about still focusing in your own swim? Certainly in the moment it's Emily Jones looking the favourite here. Emily had a good swim last weekend at the British Universities, silver medalist there, 2:27. Olivia White closing it down in the closing stages here, but it should be Jones taking it, and she does, 2:29.38. So that's the target time with 2 heats to go. Does it take a while, and Emily Jones just moving down to Edinburgh, so away from home for the first time, down to a big program in Edinburgh University? Does it take a while to settle in? Before that, though, I'll give you the summary, and you can think about that one. Jones 2:29.38, White 2:30.30, and Chitterborough in third place 2:32.30.
Yeah, following that question there, Duncan, yes. In my experience, yeah, it did take a bit of time to bed into to the comfort of a new program. Obviously, changing, you're moving away from home, you're moving away from everything that you know, and you're moving to a new city. So you've got to contend with all of those different forces that you've got in front of you, and also working in a new swim setup and how that training is, and your new teammates. So there is a lot to take on. So it can take a little bit of time.
We move on to Heat 6, and we've got more Edinburgh University swimmers prominent here. The line-up: Kimberly Mackay of Warrender in 1, Emma Bainbridge of Derwentsside in 2, Rachel Wilson of Derwentsside in 3, Catherine Johnson of Edinburgh University in 4, Laurie Scott, Edinburgh University in 5, Shannon McClellan of Dumfries in 6, Charlotte Holmes, City of Sheffield in 7, Connie Mackay of Ren 96 in 8. Catherine Johnson, the early leader. You think of Catherine as a sprinter, but she's been developing her distance, 200 breaststroke in the last year or so, so she's really got a complete set of skills now across the distances.
And that shows that she really leads the field here and looking really commanding. Corey Stott trying to get back on terms with her, and Rachel Wilson also swimming well of late. So great to see these girls having a good battle through the heats as well.
So I was talking about the short course. So that's British University short course. Catherine Johnson was first ahead of Emily Jones. That was a very nice one too for the University of Edinburgh.
And it must be nice to pick up that extended event of a 200 breaststroke and still be in contention of winning gold medals at meets. So just shows the quality and the talent of Catherine Johnson, and she's showing that through right now as well.
So about a second past Emily Jones at the 150, and Corey Scott 150.73, but is similar sort of pacing to Emily Jones in the previous heat. So certainly at the moment, Edinburgh University looking as if they could well dominate this final, although a certain Kerry Bucket I can see lined up ready to go in the next heat might have other ideas about that.
Just looking on, watching for this time, isn't she?
See if she turns around to look at the time. It is Johnson who takes it, 2:28.25. Nope, Bucket's not interested. Interesting that.
She's in the zone.
So that time from Catherine, just over a second faster than Emily Jones's time. So that will be the time to beat. Catherine certainly was interested in having a look at the time. Into 2:26, did a 2:26.0 last weekend. And there's confirmation, 2:28.25 from Johnson. Scott second, 2:30.56. Rachel Wilson of Derwentsside taking third, 2:32.30. So and Kerry Buchan in the purple cap in lane 4. Actually, Donald side in black of Lily. Lauren Sutherland of Midlothian in 1, Paula Adams of Geary in 2, Henny Menteith, Edinburgh University in 3, Kerry Buchan, University of Stirling in 4, Rachel O'Donnell of Carnegie in 5, Carla Hanlon of Highland in 6, Erin Robertson of South Ayrshire in 7, and Olivia Jackson of South Lanarkshire in 8. Well, Rachel O'Donnell has taken this one out.
Yeah, she's looking really good in this opening part here. Really nice, powerful stroke, stretching forward.
23.98, pretty much the same time as Emily Jones 2 heats ago, not as fast as Catherine Johnson. She's about a metre up on Buck. You expect Buchan to wind it up, although she has, I think, been struggling with a niggle over the weekend. We've so far only seen her in the relays, although she swam really well in those relays. So perhaps a little bit of a surprise to see her doing this pretty grueling event. It is her signature event though, so I'm sure she didn't want to miss out on it.
Yeah, I can see both sides of it. You're very right. There's no hiding in a 200 breaststroke. It's you're exposed. It's such a long event, and you've got to make sure that the pacing's right on it. And those underwaters can be they can be brutal. So yeah, I know that it is a favoured event, and no doubt that's why she wanted to have a run out in it. But seems like we've got a clear leader who's swimming so well here.
Yeah, Rachel O'Donnell knows no fear. I think she's got a good pedigree in youth and age group swimming now as a 17-year-old, trying to break through into the senior ranks, and I'm sure she'll have ambitious ideas about what could happen for her in the next few months. Could be one of the youngsters coming through. Let's see. She's certainly showing good form here. 151.52 at the 150. 2:29 her entry time.
She's making great distance off the walls as well, coming up around about 9 meters, really holding that first underwater glide phase, which is so important on this pull out.
So Rachel O'Donnell, then Cara Hanlon and Hayley Monteith contesting second. Cara Hanlon being the junior champion in the other two breaststroke events, so she'll be wanting to get a hat-trick of junior medals. And it is O'Donnell who takes it 2:30.96. Hanlon second, and Monteith third. We'll need to see Kerry Buchan 2:36. That might not be good enough for the place in the final, I suspect. In the A final anyway, so interesting to see whether she calls it a day at that. Usually I think looking at her in that heat there, not feeling great at all.
No, such a shame to see as well.
There is the summary. O'Donnell 2:30.96, Hanlon second 2:34.16, and Monteith there 2:34.94.
Just to confirm, the finalists in the men's 100 backstroke.
So men's 200 breaststroke is our last event of the morning session.
And let's see those finalists as we wait for this summary to pop up.
Just missed on the 9th. There you can see Kerry Buchan in 12th place, so not making the A final. He's sliding through. There's that time for Lucy Walker up 2:43.59, that new S15 world record. Hearing that our director may just give us a replay of that at the end of the session, so that would be something if you're a fan of Carnegie swimming, or a fan of great para swimming as well, that you want to hang on for.
Yeah, I'd want to see that finish, because a world record is something special, so it should be celebrated, don't you feel?
Yeah, it certainly should. So the men's 200 breaststroke, the first of our 7 heats. There's 6 swimmers in it. 6 go. Martin McInnes, City Glasgow in 2. George Clough, Warren Brent 3. Finley Douglas of Erie in 4. Martin Douglas of City Glasgow 5. Joe Middleton, City of Sunderland in 6. And Colin McIntyre, also Portsea in 7.
And it looks like Finley Douglas is the leader off the start, but these boys looking quite active through this right now, looking really sharp, strokes stretching forward. So Joe Middleton now leads us at the 50, so a little bit of a shuffling about so far.
Yeah, all fairly close here. 5 of the 6 swimmers very much in the mix here. Nice close up of Middleton in the Sunderland cap.
And it would be good to see a battle through this first heat to really try and drive them all on for some good personal best times, and just set a little bit of a standard for the next following heats to try and step forward and beat.
Yeah, we certainly saw that with the women, and it's been nice for the men to emulate that. George Clough maybe having a go at that. The 14-year-old from Warrender has set out his score 1:12.12 for him in a 2:29, so a big PB at East District age groups. Penroth is some 6.5 seconds past his entry time here, so he'll be looking to duck under 2:30 again here if he can. He's still got plenty of company though. Lane 5, Martin Douglas. The Portsmouth swimmer, Oliver Kincart, at the bottom of your screen, lane 7. So these three coming to the 150, all very close together. I think it might be Douglas getting the touch.
Yeah, good spot on that there, Duncan. And he is powering into this 50 and really picked the rate up a little bit. You can see he's just starting to sprint for home now.
Yeah, he's got the bit between his teeth now as they come to the final turn. Kincart and Clough having a terrific contest for second, but it's Martin Douglas of City of Glasgow who are pushing on strongly here. And Martin continue a very good meet for the Glaswegians. Let's see what his time is going to be. It's under, oh no, it's not under 2:30, it is 2:30, 2:30 dead for Douglas. 2:36 entry time. Only 6-second PB, what's going on?
I know, and it's only 6 seconds, you know. That in swimming terms, we know, is massive. That could be up to 10 metres worth of swimming.
Yeah, so he did 200 metres in a time that he could only have done 1:19.4. 1:23 up there for you. Move on to Heat 2. Cameron Nelson of Canadian 1. Ross Burns, South Lanarkshire in 2. Taylor Young of St Thomas in 3. Finley Williamson of East Lothian in 4. Jacob Marchbank of Perth City in 5. Struan Stewart of East Lothian in 6. Joshua Campbell, City of Sunderland in 7. And Finley Deans, City of Aberdeen in 8.
So fearsome first 50 here from Struan Stewart. That yellow hat that we've seen so many times bursting out of the blocks and swimming down those first 2 lengths. Let's see how he continues this through this whole swim here.
Yeah, so Struan Stewart really setting out his stall early here. He's got himself about 3 metres of an advantage. Swimmers on the far side going well. Cameron Nelson and Ross Burns, and pretty much with them right in lane 8, Finley Deans on City of Aberdeen, but they're all in Struan Stewart's wake here. So at the halfway point, 1:10.14, a couple of seconds faster than Martin Douglas' split.
Oh, and a good opening 100. Really making sure he's getting that good stretch at the front of the stroke as he pushes through here.
I just hope he's got the strength to see this through. He's gone off too fast, showing no sign that he has at the moment, but maybe the others will be hoping for some sign of weakness. Over in lane 1, Cameron Nelson, I think just has second, or they're starting to make a move. Another East Lothian swimmer, Finley Williamson in the black cap this time, but it is his teammate Struan Stewart who's still leading by a good margin, over 3.5 seconds, 1:48.35, and 3 seconds now faster than the first heat, so about 38 seconds split.
This is great swimming here though, and it seems like he's stretching, but it doesn't seem like he's dying off, and it seems like he's just timed this well. He's keeping powering forwards, and it's everything you want to see in a 200 breaststroke.
Yeah, and that incentive of knowing you're on the last length and you can give it your all is seeing Struan home, and he comes in 2:27.23. And it makes it an East Lothian 1-2. 2:30.33. We do need to wait for confirmation of that with Cameron Nelson 2:30.97. There he is, first home, Struan Stewart.
So a good thumbs up from him just then, and he seems like a happy man from this today.
We need to wait for confirmation of the result though before we know whether he's happy. So we're getting some news that there might be a disqualification, and it might be him. He clearly doesn't know that yet. He's maybe just finding out something now. And the screen just showing it, and that is confirmed, and it is lane 6 disqualified Stuart Stewart. So the 1, 2, 3, Finley Williamson 2:30.33, Cameron Nelson second 2:30.97, Jacob Marchbank third 2:32.48. He'll be gutted about that, I would think.
He is indeed, yeah. We're just watching him just walk back to the behind the blocks, and sheer confusion and an upset across his face now, and as he feels obviously that nothing went wrong in his eyes. So he'll probably be asking some questions regarding that swim.
So disappointment there from the East London swimmer. I think the coach is now going to talk to the referee, so we'll see what comes of that. But, we move to heat 3, and we've got an empty lane in lane 6 here. So the field: Blair Doughty at Dundee City Aquatics in 1, Matthew Pennock, South Lanarkshire in 2, Daniel Tiffin, City of Aberdeen in 3, Billy Davies, South Lanarkshire in 4, Scott Quinn of Warrender in 5, David Colley of City of Glasgow in 7, and Matthew Anderson of Warrender in 8. So another one to watch out for, disability swimmer Scott Quinn. Here was a member of the British team in Montreal at the IPC World Championships. Of course, they don't swim 200 breaststroke in the IPC event, so he doesn't get too many chances to swim this. He's in lane 5 in the field.
We'll keep an eye on him. He's looking like he's got a good start so far, Duncan, but our leader at the moment is David Coley from Glasgow with the black hat in lane 7. He's just swimming into the last 5 meters of this 100. That's a good opener, 1:10.09.
Yep, that is pretty much the same pace that Stuart Stewart was doing in the previous heat. We've got the 2 Warrender swimmers then, Scott Quinn and Matthew Anderson behind him. Quinn's starting to get up a good head of speed in lane 5, but being matched by Anderson in 8. Saw a great 1500 freestyle from Matthew Anderson yesterday. Oh, see, yesterday? God, it's so long ago now. It was.
That seems such a long time ago. So much memorable racing between then until now. So it's hard to keep track of what was when.
It certainly is. But this is about City of Glasgow's David Colley with 2 Warrender swimmers. Now this is quite interesting because David Colley is an ex-Warrender swimmer, so I'm sure these other 2 would quite like to just catch him down this last lane. I'm not sure they're going to. David Colley is holding them off by about 2 meters, and it's close. Scott Quinn is having a strong finish here. We'll just check up on the times here.
We are.
So this is very impressive, and that is a new British record for Scott Quinn in second place there, 2:30.01, behind Colley, who did take it 2:29.08.
That's great racing. That is another record falling again.
I suspect the only reason why that isn't European or world record is that they don't actually run European and world records in the 200 breaststroke press 14.
Well, yeah, that's a shame there, because I'm sure that would be a great target for him to either be chasing or a great record to be setting.
Yeah, great swims there, and then heat 4 for you. And an empty lane 6 this time. As we walk through the field, Craig Watson, Ryan Bearsden in 1, Donnie Price, South Mainland in 2, Benedict Tortolano of Stirling in 3, Callum Laurie of First in 4, Kyle Hawley of Derwentslide in 5, Callum Deans of Elgin in 7, and Kieran Preston of South Aberdeenshire in 8.
So eyes up to the top of the screen, I feel, here for this one, Duncan, as lane 1, Greg Watson in the white hat was looking very strong. but it was actually our fastest man, Kyle Borley, in the middle of the pool who got that touch there.
Yeah, there's really 5 in a line, isn't there, from lane 1 to lane 5, with the Derwentshire swimmer, and also lane 3, Benedict Tortolano, who's had 2 junior medals in the breaststroke, so like Cara Hanlon for the girls, he'll be looking for 3 out of 3 here. Sterling swimmer, another ex-Warrender swimmer actually. And do you remember Joe Tortolano, the Hibs player?
Yes, I do, yes.
So they're part of the same family.
Yeah, I know that quite a few of the team that we're working with on poolside have brought back those memories as well, so great knowledge from our team as well.
Could be a certain Ali White, rampant Hibs supporter, lover of lost causes. Says another Hibs supporter there. Is still Kai Borley. He's certainly not chasing a lost cause here. He has the advantage, maybe a metre up on Callum Lowry. We saw Callum earlier on putting in a strong swim. So the 400 IM, I think it was 47.64 for Borley, 147.71 for Lowry.
There we go. It's heating up in the middle of the pool now. As the fields start to level out, we see a new leader come forward.
Yep, it's Lowry now. He's just gone past Borley here. Let's see whether Borley can come in. Nice turn from Lowry, picked up some more. And over on the far side, Greg Watson working ever so hard, as is Tortolano. But it's Callum Lowry who's looking the most likely one for this one, and Callum also a junior, so he's setting his stall to try and spoil Benedict Tortolano's party. 2:25.84 for the first swimmer. About a second inside his entry time. Pretty hard there after that big effort. Just shaking the whole lane rope as he breathes there. It's hard. There's the 1, 2, 3. Lowry 2:25.84. Borley second 2:26.48. Greg Wilson 2:26.46. So just the 3 seeded heats to come, Andy. Next time.
Some good starts there as they get underway.
Martin Kerry of Dundee University in 1, Mark Campbell, City of Aberdeen in 2, Matt Nicholson, City of Glasgow in 3, Callum Tate of Edinburgh University in 4, Chris Kerr of Warrender in 5, Nicholas Cook of Derwentshire in 6, Andrew McFadden of South Lanarkshire in 7, Craig Barnes of Carnegie in 8.
So Callum Tate taking us through the first 50 here, but very close to him. Got a couple of swimmers. Nicholas Cook in lane 6, one to watch here, and we'll keep an eye on Chris Kerr to see if he can come into the race and make an impact in this second half. But in the opening 100, Duncan, we've got our leader Callum Tate, and he's looking very smooth here.
Yeah, he is. Probably Callum's best event. I think it's finest in the British Championships in this event. He'll be the one probably he's focusing on to get into the top 3 in what will be a really tough competition in the selection events for the Commonwealth Games. Callum Tate, you would think, will be one of the contenders in the 200 breaststroke. He is bringing this one out there. See the Derwentshire swimmer not that far behind him. Nick Cook. About a body length. And there is Kerr. Warrender. Very much a big occasion swimmer. I think always pulls it out on the big occasion. Sometimes you think he's never going to do it, and then out he comes. 37.64 with 50 to go, and there's a bit of a challenge coming on from Cook now.
But he's responding. He's responding so well, Tate in 4, really speeding up with the arms, really making sure that he's winding up the stroke to try and make sure that he carries all that speed through.
I think he's left it late to challenge the top 2, and it's going to be Tate holding on to this one. So there was a challenge came in, but Callum Tate responding well there. coming in 2:13.11. 3 seconds away from his entry time, so we expect him to be faster tonight. Sure that will get him a decent lane in the final.
Yeah, really want to be looking for better finishes from Tate as well there. Just really had to fit in an extra small stroke onto the wall, so there is definitely things that he can chip off and tidy up for tonight.
As a result of that, it was only half a second, so he ended up perfect in the end. As we wanted to show you the summary, there it is. Tate then 2:13.11, Cook second 2:13.58, and Cat 2:15.80. It's good enough to get Chris Fair care of place in the A final. Check that out. Casualties in this E6. We have Chapman College, OCT Glasgow going in 1, Luke Spain, University of Bath in 3, Ross Murdoch, University of Stirling in 4, Nicholas Quinn, Edinburgh University in 5, Ian Rose, Warwick in 7, Cameron Muir, South Ayrshire in 8.
And straight into the action from Edinburgh University, Nicholas Quinn is our leader at the moment with such a long stroke from Ross Murdoch. So different to see such a long glide at the top of his stroke. We're so used to him having that really explosive, fast turnover of arms on the 50 and the 100. So a real change of pace for him here.
So Quinn, the Irishman, been in the Edinburgh University programme for about a year and a term now. So they settling in well there. Was bronze medalist at British University short course this weekend. Mark's done his entry time here, and he's first at the halfway mark, 1:04.04, about 7/10 behind Tate's time. We'll be gradually winding this one up now. Of course, double breaststroke gold medalist. We heard from him on the interviews last night if you were watching.
So smooth when breaststroke is swam this way. You're seeing such a long stroke beside a slightly more aggressive front end between Quinn and Murdoch. It's going to come down to this last 50 here.
39.56 against 40.43. Does look like Murdoch has just changed gear here. And suddenly he's now alongside, moving past Quinn. Has the advantage there as they turn for home. So enough is enough, says Ross Murdoch. I am coming through.
Wow.
Stand clear.
A turn and that execution up into this final length was just incredible.
What acceleration there in that final 52.12.90. That also gets him just in front of Callum Tate's time by a couple of tenths. So with one heat to go, his is the time to beat. In their second, 2:16.15.
And just shows his intent to Craig Benson.
Yep, 1, 2, 3 there. Murdoch 2:12.90. Quinn second, 2:16.15. And Luke Spain.
As Craig Benson gets ready to race here, let's have a look to see how he tackles this one today.
Well, this is the final race of the morning session. Cameron Park, South Lanarkshire in 1, Daniel Lim, Warrender in 2, Ryan Flanagan of City Sheffield in 3. There is Craig Benson in 4 for Warrender, and Roger, his teammate, in 5. Ewan Ingalls, Edinburgh University in 6. Matthew Johnson, University of Bath in 7. Edward Gray, City of Glasgow in lane 8. And so it's been a bit of an iffy meet for Benson so far. Let's see whether he can pull it all together here. He is first to turn 29.68, and that is the fastest 50 split.
Yeah, he looks very quick with the arms turning over, a lot faster, a lot more strokes per length than what we saw Ross Murdoch doing in the heat before. Sitting beside him is Andrew Rodgie, very experienced breaststroker through Scottish Swimming's programme, and yeah, he's He's no stranger to being beside some big races and still holding his own.
Yeah, real contrasting styles between the two of them on there.
So both out quicker there. Our first and second place out quicker than where Murdoch was in the heat previously.
As we saw them what Ross did in that final 50, so this will be interesting. The two Warrender swimmers certainly taking things out here. From Elaine to Daniel Lim, so in fact a Warrender trio, 1, 2 and 3 here, ahead of Ryan Flanagan of Sheffield. At front, Benson and Roger, just 1600 apart, 138.55. Just dipped behind Callum Tate's pace now. 2:12.90 is the time to beat if they want lane 4. And well, Benson also has to deal with Roger here as they turn for home. The two of them side by side.
Yeah, good battle down this last length. Roger looking strong.
He is, yep, 200 breast, I think always his strongest event. But it looks like Benson maybe just says, look, this is my race, I want it. Ooh, he does a bit of a stretch into the wall for Roger. 2:13.29 then. So not quite as fast as the previous two heats. I think that will be third fastest for Benson. Roger will be right there as well, 2:13.45, and a tie for third in the end, Lim and Flanagan. Get that confirmed for you in just a moment. Just moving down a little bit there. The ropes.
Two John Clarkson back, Daniel Lim and Ryan Flanagan close to the same time.
Possibility of a swim off here, Duncan.
So just confirm the 1, 2, 3. I think we're actually a little bit of trouble getting it up. And so Roger and that tie for third. Summary then: Murdoch, Tate, Benson, Roger, the top 4 qualifiers. Lim, Flanagan joint 9th. I feel they need to do a swim off to the side first reserve. Obviously, it seems like we avoided the one earlier. They'll certainly be in the B final. But also our first result for the A final, of course, if there is a return, that's the 92 result.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, that's a very, very good point made. So we'll see. That may have to be decided at the start of next session.
I don't know. We'd have to discuss it with the coaches, I would think, because ideally. They can't really do it now because it's straight out of the 200 breaststroke, so they wouldn't want, I would have thought, to have gone into the afternoon session because they wanted to go and rest up there. So it's a bit of a conundrum for them, really.
It is. Let's hope that top 8 stays as that top 8 is for their sake.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best answer. But anyway, we're just about coming to the end of our transmission for session 7. We've got 2 more to go, so don't forget to join us once again. We'll be back on air for a 1:15 start to the swimming, so we'll be on air a little bit before that. In the meantime, we've had a good morning swimming, Andy.
Yeah, very, very fast this morning, so I want to see that continue all the way through this afternoon and then back in for the finals this evening.
Yeah, can't wait. This afternoon we've got the age group events, 400 IM all the way for the girls and the boys, so that will be good stuff. A fairly short, sharp session for this afternoon, and then into the big one. Super Sunday coming to its climax with session 9.
It will indeed, Duncan. I'm very excited for that racing.
Yeah, well, just go and have a lie down, Andy, in the meantime, and we'll see you back just a little bit after 1 o'clock. So from here at the Royal Commonwealth Pool, big thanks once again to Scottish Swimming, to QuipuTV, to Edinburgh Leisure, the runners of this magnificent venue. Thanks to all of them, but we'll see you again soon as we all enjoy a little bit of Sunday lunch. Goodbye from Duncan McKinnell and Andy May.
2013 was great, but I'm getting ready to make 2014 even better.
It'll be a great night just to catch up, relax, and as a swimmer actually get to dress up and look normal.
And then a chance to see lots of people from all around different parts of swimming and have a good evening with them.
The awards ceremony was fantastic, with most people turned out ever, so years to come it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
Finally, the wait is over.
Looking for the perfect present this Christmas? Get a whopping 40% off official Scottish Swimming merchandise. Simply go to shop.scottishswimming.com for a range of t-shirts, hoodies and vests.